Okay guys, if this guy stops, please let me know. I'll be sharing this recording. Actually, whenever I pick up this topic, self-esteem and confidence building, the same thing would be expected from my perspective also, because who am I addressing? That's always a big question mark. Happy afternoon to all of you. Happy afternoon. Yes, when you have your lunch, that means when you have filled your Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh is saying, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. If they give us a class, it is going to be challenging. And if they give us a class of confidence building, we say, एक नींद कर लेता हूँ, उसके बाद में I will build up my confidence. So, but still, because the topic is given, now I will have to continue. See, when we talk about confidence building, right now if I am telling my own experience, when they told me I am going to address college students, I'll feel comfortable. Why? Because the number of times that I have experienced addressing college students is very high. If my experience goes high, automatically my confidence is high. But when my experience of actually addressing ISRO employees, it is not so many compared to college students. So definitely there my confidence is low. So today, if I am going to take up a class on confidence building and self-esteem, first I will have to tell how am I preparing myself so that the next 2 hours or next 3 hours, if I can hold you like this, and if I can give you certain information which can really talk to your subconscious state and say, yes, this is what is required in confidence building, then I will assume my confidence is right. So, very simple understanding. When I say I am low in confidence, it either means that I have experience of this particular situation less, or this is the first such experience of mine. Then automatically confidence will be low. Anything which I have done more and more, anything for which I have invested more and more time, confidence is very high. There is a beautiful example if I could give. When Narendra Modi was addressing all the Olympian medal winners, including Para-Olympian medal winners and normal medal winners, he generally asked you this question. How did you feel? Were you confident when you went there to play, or was there a fear? He used only two terminology. One is fear and one more is confidence. Both fear and confidence also contradict. In my mind, either a part of fear and a part of confidence can exist. Both of them cannot occupy the same space. If my confidence is high, fear is low, because the vessel content is the same. The more of confidence is there, then less of fear is there. More of fear is there, less of confidence is there. So if I want to improve my confidence, what all I can put in so that my confidence becomes more, automatically fear becomes less. This was a simple question asked. Then they told, we never felt fear at all. Then he asked, how is it possible? He told, our coach, the kind of preparation they had given, they had created much more difficult situations. They had created much more stressful environment. They had created very high fearful environment. And then we were given the practice. Because of all that practice, today the same place which should have been an uncomfort zone becomes my comfort zone. If I am fearless, that means right now this is my comfort zone. I have put all of you in my comfort zone and I am enjoying it. But if I am fearful, that means it is still not my comfort zone. I'll have to invest some time to bring this into my comfort zone. Simple understanding. Invest time on anything consistently, automatically your confidence goes high, automatically your fear comes down. We will have that slide where we talk about fear management, but still in simple terms, we will take up a simple example of public speaking. I invite all of you to come and introduce yourself standing. Few of you are very confident because you have been doing this every day. But still, just because the audience are different, you cannot say I will be as comfortable as I would be when I was in my office. Definitely not. So what is exactly the fear? Fear is an indication that you are experiencing something which you had not experienced earlier. Very simple understanding. Something which I have already experienced earlier, if the same thing is given to me, definitely I will not be having that fear. So what I should do, if I want to experience anything fearlessly, my practice has to be with as much fear as possible. So before you could come here and then say few basic things. I cannot have this kind of an exposure because I cannot create a illusion that so many people from different verticals from all over India, all the ISRO employees have come here, selected few. Now I cannot create this pseudo environment. So what happens? Right now, let me go through this 3E rules. We call it as 3E rules. If you can make it down. 3E rules of fear management. 3E rules of fear management. First E, experience. Experience fear. It's okay, you experience fear. I know, right now I'm not feeling comfortable. Why? All the faces are different. And it has been instructed that I am addressing ISRO. So when they say this, there is already a low confidence in me. I am not at all comfortable. I'll have to come to comfort. What happens when I need to come from uncomfort to comfort? I should be courageous. Okay, sir, courageous is a good word, but what is the meaning of courageous? Courageous, does it mean fearless? No. Who told courage means fearless? Courage means knowing there is a fear, you jump into experience it. That is called as courage. I am in the border. I don't know in which bullet my name is written, and that would be the last moment I can even think of my family. And I know if that bullet hits at the right spot, I will never be able to go back and look at my family. Knowing that there is a life and death kind of a situation, I go and I dare enough to stand. That is called as courage. Courage doesn't mean fearlessness. Courage means with that fear I am ready to go on face. Let us see. Whatever happens shall happen. If I don't encounter that situation, then I am a coward. What is the difference between coward and courageous is, I was courageous because I knew the fear, but still I went there and I stood. Knowing any bullet can hit me and that would be the last breath I am going to take, but still I am ready to take up that last breath for the sake of the country. That is called as courageous. A very beautiful research was done, and it was asked generally because we consider US Navy to be the toughest kind of a practiced army and Navy officers, including India. We will come back to there also. Because that research had already happened there, it was in a press meet. One of the media person asked, "Sir, how do you select the candidates? And after your selection, do you think courageous people and the selection would always match?" And he told, "I don't know whether you have asked me a stupid question or a smart question, but for me it is the most smartest question. Your question is right. When we do the selection, we would look at a person and we would actually enroll him thinking he will never be courageous. He's very lean, he doesn't have a big 9 abs or a big body, and we think that he's not courageous. But when the right kind of movement comes, we have seen such people are ready to give up their life knowing there is a fear there, and they become more courageous than the rest of them. What you see is not what appears there. What you think and what you feel is what appears there. Today, fearlessness, and when we say strong personalities, we have lost our entire nature of identifying them. Even for kids, we have told them what is courageous is the physical appearance. We have made them believe in that. You show them a small photo of large photo of Anna Hazare. You show them a large photo of Nelson Mandela. You show them a large photo of Mother Teresa. You show a large photo of Mahatma Gandhi. And next to that you keep this E-Man, Hulk, Iron Man and other things. Or any kind of this WWF wrestlers. And you ask them, who do you think is the most strongest? And they will definitely identify there. But practically speaking, when I say strength, strength is not the strength of the body, it is always the strength of the mind. And now because we are talking about confidence, where do we carry this confidence? Is it in the physical body? No, definitely not. It is always in our mind. So, if our mind is confident enough, automatically the body becomes confident enough. So, because we were talking about this, how to experience and come out of a fear. Right now, because I am experiencing something for the first time, I know there is fear in me. But if I run away from this fear, the fear becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and it will remain permanently big in your life. It could be any such fear. It could be fear of water. Maybe few of you sitting here, you have a fear of water. Maybe few of you sitting here, you have a fear of snake. Maybe few of you sitting here, you have a fear of public speaking. Maybe few of you sitting here, you have a fear of height. Maybe few of you sitting here, you have a fear of darkness. And all this fear is natural. But whenever you experience fear, if you start avoiding such fearful experience, what happens? The fear becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and it will stay permanent in your memory. You will never be able to overcome. Instead, I go and dare enough to go and face the fear. I dare myself to go and face the fear. Maybe I am taking the help of some of the experts, holding on to their hand and then experiencing the fear. The more I experience the fear, the nature of fear is like a capacitor. It charges, it discharges. Fear is charged to the highest level. Slowly, after few minutes, you will start realizing, I think the kind of fear what I experienced earlier, I'm not experiencing the same kind of a fear. It is coming down. Slowly it comes down. But you will have to wait for it to completely come down. First is experiencing fear. Next is exploring the fear. Please mention that word, explore. Can I explore the fear? What is fear right now creating in me? Right now the fear is drying my throat. Right now the fear is creating pseudo butterflies in my stomach. Right now the fear is creating blankness in my mind. I don't know what point to say next. Right now the fear is making me shake inside like a Michael Jackson. It is doing its work. It's a natural indication that fear is telling you are experiencing something which you have never experienced before. So take all the precaution. That's all. It's just an alertness of the body. If that alertness of the mind and body is not there, we may turn up to stupidity and do foolishful things. We will reconnect to one more story. What I mean by foolishful things is, when you look at all of us, as a child, we were fearless. Right now, I bring a 3.5, 4 years old boy or a girl, I ask them to stand here and I ask them jump. Even before I complete the word jump, just my action would have made them jump once and they would have come again and they would jump once more. Now all of you are learned one, educated people. Now I ask you, all of you stand there and jump. You will start calculating. If I jump from here, if it is my right leg or left leg, what can it happen? Why? Because we are induced fear as we start growing. It is like a curse that was given on to Anuma, saying that you will forget your fearlessness and you will always be fearful. That was a curse. It was given to us. And it is there with us permanently until one Jambuvanta comes and says, "Arey yaar, why are you actually hesitating?" Everybody is searching. Who is going to fly this from India to Sri Lanka to find out whether Sitama is there or not? Simple story. Hanuman also is searching. Who is going to fly? Who is going to fly? Who is going to fly? One Jambuvanta will come. "Hey Hanuman, come here." And Hanuman goes, "What? Why are you searching?" "Then you have already got?" "Yes, we have got. You are the one." You have actually flown much more than this. And then he reminds him the story of that childhood story which Hanuman had forgotten. Do you know how powerful you were? It was one of your childhood story which I have also heard, and only after I met you I realized what a great person you are. As a child, you and your friends were playing in a garden, mango grove. It was in the evening and you were very hungry because you had played from morning till evening. Few of your friends told, "Anuma, get me the mangoes." So you got onto a tree, you got them the mango. One of your friend told, "Get me the biggest mango which is slightly upper." You went there and you got it also. All of them finished eating and everybody were looking at the sky. It was sunset and the sun was appearing like a ripened mango, and all the friends told, why should we eat this small mango? Anuma, go and get the large mango. That's all simple. It was just an indication. Chandrayana 1 failed. Yes. Chandrayana 2 failed. But why do you look at it was a failure? It was just an indication that few things did not go right. And Chandrayana 3 became successful only because of Chandrayana 1 and 2. Knowing this, he told, why should we actually small mangoes, the larger one? The kind of belief system what we have, because we are talking about self-esteem. Self-esteem or self-belief or a belief system in us, where we confidently sometimes feel this will work, and it works. Sometimes we confidently say this may not work, and it does not work. That's your belief system. That's your confidence building. So sometimes when your confidence is saying it does not work, knowing that it does not work, you should not execute. That is stupidity. You should go to certain experts and talk to them and tell them, like, somehow for this condition I feel this may not work. Have an argument with him, and finally if you can look for certain solutions, and automatically solutions will be poured. There was an instance in one of the writing, it was told, most of it can be conquered, but soft landing definitely would be a challenge for us. That was told, and in Chandrayana 2, soft landing became a constraint. Yes. So what they did, in Chandrayana 3, they had practiced to land it in various such conditions which was beyond what could be there. Even in Olympics, when they went there and they practiced there in order to win the medals, they were given the practice in the pseudo environment during the training program. All such verticals were taught, and they were trained so that at that particular place no wrong shall happen. They created high humidity, maybe a humidity would be high. They created a high breeze. What if the breeze is very, very high? They created the orbital shift if it happens. What if orbital shift happens? How will it manage? So every way it was actually termed, and finally Chandrayana 3 became a successful. And all of us know, we did not play a stupid game there. We did not sit under an apple tree and expect mangoes fall, mangoes fall. No. We sat under an apple tree and expected apples only to fall, and when they told apples need not fall because apples falling may not help that particular project, mangoes have to be falling, then I changed the tree. I went to a tree where mangoes are growing, and that tree was introduced because I was expecting mangoes. Simple understanding. 9,999 times same attempt was not made in order to design a bulb and try to make it glow for a period of consistent minutes. No, it was not tried like that. Thomas Alva Edison told, I was a failure 9,999 times, but it was not a 9,999 failures. It was 9,999 different ways. If a bulb is manufactured, it shall not give results. He did not actually make the mangoes only fall and then see you will get a different result. No, he told every time I did something different. Understanding the permutation and combination of why it did not work, I changed the ingredients, I changed few electronic components, I introduced an higher or a different intensity there, and then I checked, and finally I got the results. That is how it has to be evaluated. And that evaluation has to happen. Now I am experiencing fear. Yes, Ogya, we are talking about this Anuman. How we were from fearlessness, we became fearful. Why? The world started inducing it. Right now we are doing this to our children also. Who will tell your children if you score less than 90 or if you score less than 80, if you score less than 60 also? There is a space for you. We don't use such examples to tell them that. We always say you should score more than 90, anything less than 90, your life cannot be settled. And he knows a lot of examples where a college dropout has become a very successful businessman, and he has hired all the college goers and he is earning money. So we are being consistently given those inputs of creating fear in us, either for a comfort of the person who is saying, or either for the comfort of the entire universe to be as stable as it is. Otherwise, what would have happened if Hanuman wouldn't have been stopped by Indra? And if you would have plucked that mango, see, when we talk about confidence building, self-esteem and belief system, if your belief system is very, very strong, the universe will start working according to the belief system. Simple. The universe will simply start working according to the belief system. The story goes like this when it is written in Sanskrit, that as Hanuma started flying higher and higher and higher, his vision and his belief system wanted to spread his hand so that he can pluck it. When I need to pluck a small mango, what will I do? I cannot open my hand like this and I say pluck, because the mango is small. I should adjust my fingers according to the mango. My belief system has to be adjusted according to the mango so that I hold the grip and I pick it. If the mango is of this size, either I'll have to go with both the hands, or I'll have to go in a manner so that my hand can comfortably pluck it. So when he started moving, his vision and his direction was, I need to pick that mango, and he started gigantically growing and growing and growing and growing. So nobody could actually not fall for his growth, because there was a big shadow falling on the entire earth. And that is when everybody were in a chaos, and they knew if this man has traveled half of the distance and he has grown so gigantic, if he crosses half more distance, what would happen? And so Indra had to come and he had to punish him to create equilibrium there. Right now also, fear is required. If fear is not there, and if miracles can happen to everybody, then how will we balance this entire human race? Highly impossible. We'll take up a simple example. It may look a little illogical also, just for us to understand. Yesterday, assuming a World Cup ended, and Virat Kohli was the man who hit 200 runs. I'm not talking about small runs. 200 runs he hit. And World Cup was won by us. In every human mind, the thought is going, what a player Virat Kohli is. What a player Virat Kohli is. It won't stop there. What if I would have been a Virat Kohli? Generally, thought process comes. When you open Pushpa 2, even he is a dacoit, you don't mind. You want to be that Pushpa 2. That glance comes into your mind. Assuming the most influencing factor of yesterday for India was Virat Kohli, because Virat Kohli hit to 200 runs and India won the World Cup, and God comes in everybody's dream and he says, your wish is my command, my child. Whatever you ask shall be given tomorrow. You just ask for it. It won't be tested also, because most of the time, every time the genie is there, the angels are there, who are again and again telling, your wish is my command, master. Whatever you ask shall be given. Simple. But hurdles will be there. We say in God's world, denial will not be there, delay will be there, obstacles will be there, resistance will be there, just to check how serious you are in wanting to take that. That's all. So in that incident, there is no resistance at all. You want, it shall be done. Everybody thinks that they want to become Virat Kohli. And tomorrow when eyes open up, everybody is Virat Kohli. What will happen? Modi has called Virat Kohli to honor him. The entire India is flying the flight and coming. And Bicharya, our wife, she wants one Virat Kohli and she gets up. Everybody has become Virat Kohli. What will happen to her? What will happen to their kid? A auto wala is not driving an auto. He is again a Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli, ow, Virat, ow. He is also Virat. He is calling Virat. It is a chaos. It cannot balance. The only way balance can be created is create resistance. Create fear in that. Only few of them who can manage that fear, they get into the next. Only few of them who can manage that, they get into the rest. Then they get into the next. That's all. Simple. So, if a chai wala could become the prime minister, it is because he was not courageous without fear. He was courageous with fear. If a tribal woman who lives in the deep forest, tribals, if they even go to school and study first standard, that is graduation for them. There is no schools out there, they live with wild animals. Such a tribal woman today is our first woman tribal president. If I am talking about Draupadi Murmu, look at her confidence. What kind of confidence she would have? And again, it is not that she was courageous without fear. She had maximum fear. With that fear also, she dared to actually challenge herself. So she became what she became. A fisherman's son should live like a fisherman and die like a fisherman. That's the norm of life. A petrol bank worker, we will start from that place. He should live like a petrol bank worker and he should die like a petrol bank worker. He becomes Dhirubhai Ambani. What is this? Why? Because when they experienced fear, they showed fearlessness, and that is nothing but your confidence. Now, whatever is not confident right now, it is only because you have not experienced. The moment you experience this, automatically confidence will go high and fear will automatically come down. Why we say fear is dangerous? For one more story. We have seen the Hanuman story. Sometimes we get into that fear because we are being cursed that we will forget all our achievements. We will only actually remember the failures, not our success. That is why we become sometimes very, very fearful. I come and I am facing the first ball and I know I was out 0 for 2 times last match and the before last match. So there is an high level of fear in me. And I am thinking I will never be able to get through this first ball. Somehow I should get through this first ball. I come with the fear, with not able to focus. When I face the same first ball, there is a chances that I again get out. So that fearlessness has to be created. Fear is an indication something wrong happened in the past, or I had an experience of failure, and that experience of failure, if it again repeats, there is definitely going to be a danger. So this is hitting us. So sometimes we need a mentor. That's the reason the medals that were won by the Para-Olympians or the normal Olympians, they credited it to the coach. And even our chess champion, he credited it to the coach because of the atmosphere that was created and the practice that was given in that atmosphere. Same thing. Why? All that was confidence building exercise to manage fear and remove the fear out of it. 10th standard exam. Yes, we have a fear. We are not confident. How do I build the confidence? The state announces 2 preparatories. So that he experiences first preparatory, he gets an experience of the exam. He experiences one more preparatory, he again gets the experience of the exam, as though it is conducted in the same way as the final exam is conducted, but in a much more tougher environment. You and me know. 10th standard preparatory plus 2 preparatory, it was always told the preparatory will be much more tougher than the normal final exam. The practice will be much more tougher than the normal final game. And that kind of a practice, when it is given, it works miracles. And all is a mind game. Clement Stone very beautifully told, if you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, you cannot. Anything. Tendulkar thought he cannot become a singer, so he did not. He thought he can become a cricketer, and it worked for him because he believed so. It worked for him. What we believe is the product of what we have become right now. Whatever the position you are, it was because of your belief system. If I can change this belief system, yes, I can go from a fisherman's son to becoming a greatest scientist and also a president. I can change. Mentally retarded, I am a slow learner. Admission was not given to me, even in the school. But one confidence building exercise happens and miracles happen. And we got more than 1,500 inventions, and it was the greatest gift for mankind. All of you should have known about this Thomas Alva Edison story. Thomas was a very slow learner. It so happened, even at the age of 5, when people were admitted to school, at 6 when students were admitted to school, his speech had not started off. He could not even utter few sounds, normal sounds. With that, when he went to a school along with his mother, who was again not so rich, she was a low middle class poor mother. When she took him to the principal asked him, can you read few things, can you utter few words? And he could not. Then she told, I cannot give admission to you. What's your name? He told, Thomas. Thomas, I'm very sorry. You will have to start speaking for me to say yes for admission. I'll give you 1 more year. When you start speaking, please come back. 1 more year was given. He could not cope up. 1 more year was given. Few things he was able to speak. Then he was brought in, and then the admission was done. Once the admission was done, because he was very slow, he could not speak like a 5-year-old kid, though he was 7.5 years, still the admission was granted with a condition, we will seriously try. But if it does not happen, please, I don't consider this admission as permanent. We will take him temporarily. If he is up to the mark, we will continue. Otherwise, I'm very sorry, we will have to say no to you. This information was passed on to the mother, and mother agreed. Mother went home and she told Thomas, from tomorrow you can go to school. And Thomas started going to school. One day happened, 1 week happened, 2 weeks happened, 3 weeks happened. But he was not able to cope up with the rest of the students. Even Thomas knew, and the teachers knew. And the teachers were in such an helpless state because they felt like whatever I'm teaching, it's not getting into his head. He's slow, he's mentally very slow. Knowing this, what they did, they went up to the principal and they complained, we may not be able to continue with Thomas, please, I think he should be sent to a special school. He's a special child. They brand him as a special child. And then the principal was a good man, but he was in an helpless state because he cannot go and teach. It was his teachers who were supposed to do it. So he says, okay, you send Thomas, I'll speak to him. Thomas comes and he says, so Thomas, how do you go home? He says, does your mom come and pick you up? He says, no, I go on my own because my house is very close by, sir. Thomas, you need not come from tomorrow. For what reason, sir? I want to come to school. It was my dream to go to school. He says, I cannot explain you. It is written in the letter. Please ask your mother to read the letter. You will understand. So from tomorrow, you need not come to school. All the best for your future, he says, and he asks him to leave. He comes home, and with that thought process, he's all day crying. He's expecting his mom to come back. As soon as his mom comes back, mom knows something like this would have happened because mom was expecting this. She knew he could not cope up with the normal kids. So as soon as he comes, mom says, did the principal tell you something? No, principal did not say anything. Then she feels, okay, what happened? The principal told that from tomorrow I need not go to school. And I asked him why. He told it is written in the letter. Mom, read me the letter. I want to go to school, or I want to know the reason why the school is not taking me. Mother opens the letter and she starts reading very loudly. She wanted Thomas to listen to it. And he says to the parent of Thomas Alva Edison, to the parents of Thomas Alva Edison, your son is a genius student. She reads like this. He's a genius student. A genius student like Thomas Alva Edison should not be studying with normal students like what we teach in our school. I sincerely request you to put him into some genius school, or you teach yourself. I think some miracles will definitely happen. We wish him all the best. Yours sincerely. And the letter was read. This is what is written in the letter. So Thomas, from tomorrow you need not go to school. I am going to teach you. And she builds a small place. And he was not a audio or a visual kind of a student who could see, who could listen and then understand. He had to do. He had to get involved and do. So he kept on doing experiments and used to learn, because normal way he could not learn. He did experiments, he learned. He did experience, he learned. By the age of 20-21, he had already done multiple inventions. So a lot of investment came, and he started never looking back, and he started doing inventions after inventions, inventions after invention. It so happened that his mother passed away. Because his mother passed away, he could not stay in the same place where he was. It was a comfortable place which he had purchased. He wanted to shift to a new place. As he was trying to shift, there was one old trunk. That was his favorite trunk where he used to keep all his toys. And after he stopped using the trunk, mother had preserved all his childhood memories there. And he was curious. He wanted to see that one day, because he did not have time. He could not make up time to open up and see. Right now, because they were shifting and the trunk was lying right in front of him, he wanted to lift and then shift it. He said, let me see. It's been a long time, I have never seen. And he opens up, he finds all his playable things. He finds his uniform there. And just below the uniform, he finds this letter. Seeing the letter, he understands it is the same letter which principal had given. He was very curious. Let me read this letter, because this letter changed my life. He knew that his letter changed his life, and he understood what was his condition when he was there. And he felt so happy about his mother, how she trained him. And as he opens up the letter, he is with complete tears. Because actually what the letter was written was this: to the parent of Thomas Alva Edison. Your son is a special child. He is a slow learner. He cannot be taught in normal schools like us. He needs to be sent for a special care, or you will have to teach, and whatever he learns you should be happy about it. We are very sorry saying this, but we are in an helpless state. You are sincerely the principal. So confidence building, what kind of a difference it can make. But every time you cannot expect a mother to come, every time you cannot expect Jambuwanta to come. Assuming Jambuwanta comes like this, will you stay here? I'm saying Jambuwanta only is coming. You will say a bear is coming and you will run away. Normal. So that normalness will not happen now. So it has to be you becoming a Jambuwanta for yourself. That is what we say. Can you self-pep yourself and keep on uttering those positive words, affirmative words, which can push you, and also start taking up few baby steps. That is how the process has to be. So coming back to the fear, we told right now I have a fear of public speaking. If I start avoiding this fear, I cannot attack the fear and become courageous enough next time to say, right now I am fearless. No, not possible at all. So what I will have to come? I will have to come, stand here knowing that I am having fear. Stand. Experience the fear. The second one is explore the fear. Slowly what happens, fear is like a capacitor, it is being charged. After some time it has to discharge. But you will not wait for it to discharge. When it is charged to the peak, you run away from that place. You come, utter or vomit whatever you want to, and you run away. You never focused on bringing the capacitor down, which automatically happens. What should you do? You should give time and wait. Dad is holding on to the cycle. You are trying to balance. There is fear. Dad will leave, dad will leave, dad will leave. If you keep on looking back, you will never be able to do it. One fine day, dad will say, if you look back, I am not going to hold you. And he will leave once or twice. Then he says, no, I will not look back because I know my father will not hold me if I look back. And then he is driving and driving and driving. And slowly he says, Papa, look, Papa, Papa. And he says, he turns back, Papa is there. But he gave that time. If he wouldn't have given that time, he wouldn't have learned cycle. Sometimes we loved ones become their dream stealers, their confidence stealers. We only. Before he could fall, only Ajji and mother will come and they will hold on. No, he will fall. And this guy will never learn cycle, he will never learn bike, he will never learn car. I can tell you, from every 25, one such personality is there. He's not a genius. Yes, he's a genius in different vertical. But right now when it comes to driving, the fear of driving, the confidence of fear of driving, he did not attack, he did not overcome. So he's still having that fear. How many of you have seen this movie, Zindagi Na Milega Dobara? It's a very beautiful movie. It is about, again, this confidence building activity, self-image boosting activity, self-esteem boosting activity. There were 3 heroes. One of them had fear of height. So in that movie, in the process of actually overcoming that, he gets into learning professionally and he jumps out of a helicopter and then he is doing a bungee jump right from there, parachute jump. He overcomes that fear. One more person was having fear of water. He takes an help of an expert and then he gets into deep diving. Forget about having fear of water. He gets into so much of deep diving that he will start becoming an expert there. So why? All of them targeted themselves and gave some time, took experts' opinion, took experts' help, experts' suggestion, experts' assistance and expert supervision to overcome that fear. And slowly when they overcome that fear, the fear no longer exists and then you will enjoy. Right now I have a fear of public speaking. Yes, the fear what I had initially, when I check myself right now, I'm not having that fear. Now I am enjoying. Now you guys will have to look for a tea break and you will have to tell me, sir, tea break. Then only I will break. Till then, non-breakable. Because confidence to aa gaya hai. I am in the flow now. I am going in such a good flow. Nothing can come between you and me. It is a conviction that I have taken. But for that to happen, that first 10 minutes was very much important, to be there standing with fear. And all of you have experienced this. First time 10th standard exam, there was a fear. When the same 10th standard exam or a paper was seen after 2 years, when you completed 12th, it looked like what a silly question paper it is. First time you actually faced 12th, it was fear. And after you have done your first year graduation, second year graduation, third year graduation, when you looked at the plus 2 question paper, it is very, very simple. Why? You managed to experience that fear and go beyond that fear and climbed 2 more steps. When I went up and climbed 2 more steps, your confidence automatically shooted high. And then when you look back at this, it looked very, very simple. Yes, Modi ji is right now a prime minister and he is managing the entire India. But when he looks at Gujarat, the way he managed, he will look like that was very, very simple. Why? Because of his exposure of what he has right now, that looks very, very simple. For the same ISRO, the way the world looked at it and the way the world is looking at it right now, it is only because of the execution of few of those projects, the world is simply listening to it and saying, "Wah re wah," what ISRO is. The loudest way to tell the world shut up is show results. How do I build my self-esteem? Do something which the world will think is impossible to be done, and the world will look at you and say, "Wow, wah re wah." And after that, there is no looking back at all. There used to be instance where ISRO scientists and their kids and all the world scientists and their kids or astronauts, if they are brought in one single place, if anybody would have asked anybody, what is your dream for the kids of those scientists, they would have told, my dream is to work in NASA. But recently one of the media writes, it was in one such occasion when 2 or 3 such scientist kids were excellent and very smart and very intelligent, when they were asked, what is your aim and what do you want to do and where do you want to work? All of them told, somehow by any chance if I get an opportunity to work for 1 or 2 years in ISRO, that would be the greatest achievement of mine. And why did that happen? Because of the achievements what ISRO did. Today, when others look at India with so much of confidence, and there is automatically more confidence in ISRO, and they are doing miraculous things one after the other. Our mission Mars, it was one of its kind. And what was the budget? It was 1/10 of the total budget of the then movie what was released, Gravity. And the world was completely amazed. And everybody who had thought in their dreams that somehow one of my satellite will go in the orbit and stand, they started seeing light, because they were in a tunnel where they could not see any openings at all. Many US government firms, when they wanted their satellite, at least for aeronautical traffic management or weather forecasting or for whatever reason, they could not ask NASA, because NASA was a bomb of money for them. And they thought, most of the scientists thought in their lifetime they will never be able to see their project executed. Why? NASA's budget is so high that we can never ask them that we want, because we don't have so much of budget. And Mission Mars happened, there was no looking back. Everybody came to ISRO and they told, Hamara bhi ek satellite bhej do. I think you guys know that. In one go, there were 120 plus satellites. Few of them were American satellites also, which NASA could not actually think of sending because their budget was so high. And we sent at a cost less than 10 rupees per kilometer. Look at the confidence level. And now the world, when it looks at ISRO, they know that ISRO, if it does, it always does miracles only. And Chandrayaan 3 was also a miracle. Landing on the other side, it was a miracle. And miracles do happen. Why? We are focused, we have built our confidence, we have experienced failures. We don't know which attempt can give us a success, but we will have to consistently keep on trying. At one point of time, we will hit. But not making a try is a cowardness. Giving up is again a cowardness. Great has to be the leadership skills, because when something like this happens, we need a moral support from them. When Chandrayana 1 failed, they then leader, he did not say we will give up. He told we shall actually redo the budget and we will definitely allot much more money what was allotted earlier, so that Chandrayana becomes successful, and Chandrayana 2 started. We were happy. Yes, Chandrayana 2 also failed, but there was no looking back. Again, the same leadership came up and they told it's okay if it is a failure also. For whatever reason, we will not stop Chandrayana 3 from happening. This is what is called as confidence building. So you and me need to build up this confidence with each other. To each other, to our subordinates, to our colleagues, to our superiors. I am leading the team. If the entire team says it is impossible to achieve this, what will I do? Nothing. So confidence building has to happen among each other. We should be the Jambuvanta to each other. And then when the flow happens, miracles shall happen. And fear is something which has to be there. If fear is not there, stupidity will happen. I'll give you a very simple story to make you understand. It was when I have two sons. My elder son is doing his IIT in Kharagpur, is in 6th sem. I'm so happy that he's a topper all through. And now he has an younger son, very naughty one. Means his younger brother and my younger son. When he was in 4.5 years of age, that was the time when Spider-Man 2 was released. When Spider-Man 2 was released, all of us know the main film is all about one of the scene where a Spider-Man stops a metro train from falling. My son is a big fan of Spider-Man. Even to go to the movie, he told I will wear Spider-Man dress only and come. We were in an helpless state. We told okay. He came and he was the center of attraction in the entire movie. And the movie was going on. He was doing Spider-Man, all kinds of things. And he really enjoyed, and he made the entire theater enjoy the movie. It was a beautiful experience. But while he was coming, we had come and gone in a car, and he was saying that take me to metro. I told, why should we go to a metro? Car mein aaya, we have come in a car, we'll go in a car. But he kept on asking. I did not realize why is he asking that. And he kept on asking. I told, okay, sometimes in order to avoid somebody, what we do, we use our own tricks. First let us go home. Afterwards, we will go to metro. I told him that, and I brought him home. And as soon as we reached home, he says, Dad, when will we go to metro? Then finally I changed my clothes. He was not ready to change clothes. No, Dad, I cannot change my clothes. I'll have to go to metro now. Only after that I'll change the clothes. Then I asked, anyway, we have come back home. At least when we have reached the destination, I thought he will stop. No, he has already fixed one more destination from home to metro. Then I told, why? I asked him, why? Why? Dad, in the movie, Spider-Man stopped the metro. Now you take me to metro, I will stop this metro. Fearlessness is good. Now I will come with him. Come, you stop this metro. Fear is an indication I am trying to experience something which I have not experienced earlier. So how should we handle? I also thought for a while, and I knew I cannot bring down his confidence. We are the one, we bring down our children's confidence. When he is very playful, you say sit silent, sit silent, sit silent, sit silent. Now when he is very seriously sitting silent, why are you always silent? Play around, go meet your friends, go talk to people, socialize. So we have been our own kids' dream stealers, our own colleagues' dream stealers. There are a lot of people who are very visionary. They look very ordinary, but they will be very visionary. And such visionary people, when they have a colleagues who are exactly opposite to that, they become their dream stealers. You go and tell them something like this is possible, they will bring down your confidence to such a lowest level you cannot imagine at all. I had one such experience. And who is the mentor to build your confidence, and where you should go and charge yourself is that intelligent move that you should do. Now when my son says, no, I want to stop a metro, I don't want to bring down his confidence. I says, yes, you are a Spider-Man, you can stop a metro. Now we'll do like this. I called my wife, Tanuja, please come, you become an engine. And she became an engine, I became 1 or 2 bogie. I called my elder son, he also held me. And then we started going as a metro, and I told, son, you're the Spider-Man, you come from there and stop the metro. And he did something and we stopped. We will stop there only. So confidence is important. Fear is also important. Fear is an indication that you are experiencing something for the first time. When that experience you start working, it goes. It could be any such examples. All of you would have seen one such movie. All of us watch these ghost movies. We watch ghost movies because we want to experience that fear. It gives us a kick. Yes or no, it gives us a kick. But we want to watch in a safe zone. The same ghost movie, if somebody says, watch in a theater where nobody is there, even if he's ready to pay 10 lakh also, you will not sit there and you will watch. Because you know the consequences. But you want to sit with family and enjoy that kick in a comfort zone where there is a fear, but the fear is in a comfort place where you know how to handle that fear. When something comes, you just do that. Assuming you watched a movie and you came and that movie is running, you watch that movie, and when you come back home, in the night also the movie will run. It will run for your kids also, it will run for you also. My son used to sleep in the first floor, the same younger one. That day when he watched this movie and when he came back, he at a time shouted on the top of his voice, "Dad, ghost!" he shouted. And ghost was running in our mind also. I wasn't comfortable, I was having that fear. So I was not fearless, but I like to act, I am courageous. Everything is shaking inside. I also went and I told, switch on the light and watch, switch on the light and watch. Nothing will be there, nothing will be there. No, Dad, the window is banging continuously. And when I look through the window, there is something white. Then he's explaining like this, mujhe bhi dar lagta hai, because the movie is running in me also. Fear is also high. But somehow I'll have to express that I'm very courageous because it is my son at this stage. So what I do, there I also have a fear, but I overcome that fear and I allow to do that. The conviction of doing is very high there. So what happens? Fear takes the backstage. Many such occasions. Assuming it is section 177, shoot at sight order. Sometimes when it is not shoot at sight order also, Sunday morning if your wife has to send you out, asking you to wake up little early and go and get something, will you go? No. Now when there is a shoot at sight order, will you ever think of going? Not at all. But all of a sudden, your younger son who is a child, he starts vomiting blood, there is blood coming out of his nose, there is blood coming out of his ears, and he is in such a condition and you know that doctor's intervention is must. Do you think any fear can hold you? No. You will take the car, you will come, and the man with the military dress, he comes and says, I'm going to shoot you if you are going to start the car. He says, I don't mind taking your bullet, but I don't want to see my son die and then die. I will die and let my son go to the hospital. Please, if you all want to shoot, shoot me. And you drive. What will the manager say? He will put 2 army men and he will ask them, you guard them until they reach the hospital, and he will push. Where did that daringness came? Because there are 2 ways you can look at it. There is a willingness to do, there is a non-willingness to do. मुझे ये करना ही है. Right now I'll have to take my kid to the hospital. Come what may. I'll have to take him to the hospital. There, when the willingness is so strong, fear has no space there at all. You will jump. There are people, when it was fire, they have jumped buildings and nothing has happened. And the same person after 10 years, when he had to jump from a simple chair down, he broke his leg. Because there was no fearlessness at all. Right now with fear he is trying to jump. So that space you cannot always create. That kind of a space you cannot always create. That's a space which comes once in a lifetime and miracles happen. So for you to create that space on a daily basis, self-hypnotizing means you will have to self-pep yourself. I know failures is a part of a life. Failures is an event. It is not me. I am not a failure. That moment is a failure. That event is a failure. If the same thing is executed, bouncing back in a different way, miracles shall happen. That way, when you keep on telling it to yourself, it will happen. Otherwise, it will not happen. Now, most of the questions I think we have answered. What is confidence? Why confidence building? How to be confident? How to build confidence? Importance of confidence building? What is overconfidence? But we will try to explain few terms. The complete confidence in a capsule, it has been delivered. Now we will try to understand where what has to be introduced. When we say confidence, confidence is not always about high being a best performer. Because in ISRO, one man being the best performer, it cannot make Chandrayaan 3 successful. One man being a best performer, it cannot take 120 plus satellites and then launch in one go. It is highly impossible. It has to be a teamwork. But I have confidence in me, I don't have confidence in my colleagues, that doesn't work. Then also you will be a flop. So when I say confidence building, it is not only having confidence about yourself and also trying to have confidence among the team. Only then the team can be successful. Looking from that perspective, yes, he as a coach, we had never won actually hockey after so many seasons, and at that moment to create in the mind of the Indian Women Hockey Federation that I'm going to win a medal and I'm going to win nothing but a gold medal, and taking the challenge and being a coach only with this condition, I'm going to get the gold medal, or else I will never come for job year after. That was told, and I will not take salary if that fails. That was a confidence what he had, and with that confidence he came. It was not easy, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had to face a lot of difficulties, you also know. He had to build a team which is individually confident, but they are not confident against each other. That is one of the greatest disaster. After 1 or 2 or 3 games, they never passed the ball because they were not confident that the other person will be able to put it to the goal. They only believe, if I am holding the ball, I can put it to the goal. If I pass it on to somebody, he will not put it to the goal. With that way, everybody started playing individually. And he had to make them believe that it has to be played as a team. Because the entire team strength is the strength of the weakest link. If you don't actually correct that weakest link, the team will fail miserably. That's the reason in every team building activity there is a forming, there is a adjourning, there is a playing, and there is a result, and then again the team is dispersed and a new team is prepared. That is how it happens. And when a new team is prepared, if it is successful, they do a SWOT analysis. If it is a failure also, they do a SWOT analysis. They do a SWOT analysis telling what were the strengths. Chandrayaan 1 and Chandrayaan 2, whatever it has achieved, what were its strengths? And what were its weaknesses? How will I handle these weaknesses? What can be done to change these weaknesses into strength? And what can be done in order to make the strength much more stronger? That's all. This is a SWOT analysis. It's an MBA subject. Every such business opportunity or every such project, they do the SWOT analysis, and after the analysis is done, then they rebuild the team in order to match that. So that way, yes, confidence was important, not only in oneself, on each other. That is called a self-esteem. Your self-esteem, your self-image will not allow to believe the other person is also equally capable of. We always want to believe that I am only the capable of. And that is there in us. I don't know for what reason, that has to be worked on. You are working as colleagues and it so happened your colleague gets a promotion and you don't get a promotion. You can't handle it. Both of them don't get promotion, you can handle it. Your self-image denting will never happen. But he gets a promotion and you don't get a promotion, it will dent your self-image. The same happiness becomes miserable within no time. That is how the nature of humans is. You will have to work on this and you will have to come out of that. A selflessness when you introduce, only then a chaiwala can become a prime minister and a fisherman's son can become a president, or a tribal woman can become a Draupadi Murmu, or a Thomas Alva Edison, a man like him, can have 1,500 inventions in his cap. Yes, all this is possible when you actually give up that selflessness. That is what we say. What is self-esteem? Self-esteem is, I shall also improve, at the same time my colleagues also will improve. He got a promotion, I am happy for that. That is called as leadership skills. That has to be there in every one of us. Once it is there, only you can become a leader, otherwise not. Let us understand how our human nature is. All of you have seen this Three Idiots? 3 Idiots. Let us go to the result. Result was announced of the entire college. It was a first sem result. All 3 of them knew If they perform, they would maximum pass. That's all. So two of them came and they started seeing result from the bottommost. When they started seeing bottommost, they saw two of the results. They expressed happiness and they were searching for the third one. They did not find. Natural misery. And as they were coming with a frozen face and peace, all their colleagues asked, "What's wrong with you? You guys should be most happiest now." They said, "How can we be happy? My friend's name is not there. That means he has flunked." What? He has flunked. He is a topper. Now look at the same. The same two people who were working like a team, they stopped working like a team. That is where maximum of our projects have failed. That united India before Britishers, before French, before any of those invaders, we failed because we did not have this kind of a leadership skills. But during the time of Chanakya, it was not like that. Great is that man who could build up that confidence in a simple kid. He never called the kid and told, "I'm going to make you a king." His first statement was very clear. This boy was playing marbles, and it is like he was playing marbles not in a very rich community, in a rich place. It was a slum where very, very poor people live. And with a few of those slum boys, he was playing marble. That means poor. In nowadays term, we call it a slum. That was such a crowded place. Seeing his leadership skills, how he spoke to them, how he executed it, he felt this man has that daringness of confidence and selfless self-esteem. Selfless self-esteem. And that can do miracles. He understood and he called it. And the way he poured his information onto him was very clear. "What's your name?" "I'm going to make you an emperor." He never told king. He told, "You will be the king of all kings. I'm going to make you an emperor." That was the papa power of this. Even in the Lagan, the same thing happens. How he built up confidence in every one of us. He created a lot of team building activity. He made them try to help each other. And as a team, they were able to perform. Great is this man who was able to think out of the box. See, sometimes it is very important for you to dare to think like nobody else could think in that village where wrestling is considered as a men's game, to bring women into a place where there would be a lot of hugging and touching and other things. It was highly impossible to even think of. You never used to have audience also to watch this woman. Forget about playing. In such a place, taking this challenge, if I could not win a medal, I want my son to win a medal. When a son is not there, he looks up the daughter and says, "What's wrong in my daughter?" And he puts that confidence in both of them. It was not easy task. They did not actually completely surrender to his papa. Not at all. They really revolted for a longer time. But after some time, there was no looking back. They just went ahead, and then miracles happened. We got the medal which we were about to get because of the weight difference. We lost. So miracles are happening. Asian though we have got multiple medals. So this is what is called as positive thinking. When this man was thrown out of this moving train because he accidentally gets into the compartment which was meant for the whites, he wanted to jump out of the train because the train had already started the speed. He could not, because he knew that if he jumps he is going to fall down and he is going to injure himself. But he had to attend the court, so he waits there in one corner just like a street dog, not paying attention and not wanting anybody to see. But still the whites look at this brownie and they make fun of him and they chase him out of a moving train. At that time, two thoughts come. Positive also came, negative also came. One thought process is, I don't want to live my life, I want to commit suicide. And one more thought process comes, I will not only chase these Britishers out of India, I will chase them out of South Africa, out of India. And today, they don't call him father of nation, and he is not father of Indian nation. He is the father of every such nation which was occupied by the Britishers. They colonized and they had ruled them. They all consider him as the greatest Farishta. And that man, look at his confidence. If he could dare to think that I can make that the difference. And that was definitely this guy, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, when he was thrown out of that moving train. And this lady comes in a small exchange program, all of you know. A teacher's exchange program, she comes, but she starts feeling her self-esteem completely surrendered, and she wanted to help as many poor people as possible. She went on to help them in a manner that everything that she earned working as a teacher was given to the school. So it was given to those poor people who needed hospitalization, because that was the biggest epidemic that we faced, leprosy. Leprosy, the way India handled, it has been written in the books, and it is called as Black Days of India. Why? We were too inhuman in handling them. You should go through the real books. We were so inhuman that if any of our family member would get infected with leprosy, we used to take him and put him onto the road, and we used to close the door. We had behaved so inhuman, and there used to be dead bodies lying all over the roads. So much that the pictures are still available. If you happen to have time, you can Google, and it showed the inhuman nature of India. At that moment, one lady stands daringly and says, I'm going to show what humanity is. And she makes up her mind that she's going to bring humanity to every such patients who are suffering, and she happens to challenge and say, I'm going to build hospitals so that all these poor people can be accommodated. They will not be chosen out. But lot of deaths happen, lot of this happens, and you know miracles happen. And today when we talk about hospitals, the missionaries of charity of Mother Teresa is the best hospitals. The way they serve the patients, it's amazing. If you don't have, you can visit. There are 10 to 15 such hospitals in Bangalore, and it is not only in Bangalore, they are all over the world. Look at her confidence, and that confidence really changed what India was. And people looked at us and they told, India cannot handle COVID. We have seen how India handled leprosy. And they told Indians will be so human, they saw the dead bodies lying here and there in China. That's a different story. But they told India, who is again an highly populated country, will always have such a bad black days that they will show all the inhumanness to the core, because they have done the same thing during leprosy. And people misjudged, and they told India is not going to be capable of handling the COVID. And they thought they will ill-treat the patients like they are never been ill-treated. Because of the leprosy experience. Books wrote, people spoke. And look at the humanness what we followed. When somebody was sick, we sent him inside and we came out. We put them into hospitals and we told we will come out. And they were put inside, they were given all the guarding, and supplies were given to them. We handled it in a more human way than the world could imagine. And even in that particular situation, we dared to tell we can manufacture the vaccines in such huge quantity and we can serve it to the world. If ISRO has done many such miracles during COVID time, yes, Indians have done the same kind of miracles. The pharmaceutical company who could actually dare to think of giving a vaccination within a stipulated time of 3 to 6 months. Look at the confidence, the world's confidence. All of you know smallpox as a vaccination, when it had to come, it took years, not 1 or 2 years, it took decades to come to a particular vaccination and say this vaccination will work. And you know what vaccination is? Vaccination is not immune that you are actually pushing. Vaccination is you are pushing a virus directly into the human body. When we push directly a virus into a human body, I should know the quantity of virus that I will have to push, and the status of what kind of nature the virus is I will have to push, so that that guy will not be infected, but an immune system will be created. It was a challenge, and they had to do trial and error, and they had to actually do trials. Without trials, they cannot release it to the market. Getting the trials and releasing it to the market and then coming to a conclusion that it works, it happened in a lightning time. Where is decades? It happened in few days. Yes, technology was there, artificial intelligence was there, and because of that they could do these miracles. But exactly here, look at the confidence of people. Today when we are talking about confidence, yes, in rarest to rarest to rarest occasion, people have exhibited high confidence level. It is possible. When you think it is possible, it shall be possible. Again I am telling you, what kind of womb is that thought process coming from? There is a willingness. Womb means where you generate a baby. Womb means where you generate a thought process. I am generating a thought process, it shall be successful, it shall be successful. If I generate a thought process, it shall be a failure, it shall be a failure. And when I generate a thought process, it shall be success, I want to do it, solutions will come. When I generate a thought process, it is going to be a failure, excuses will come. Ask yourself, what are you daring to invite? Are you daring to invite the willingness or a non-willingness? When you dare to invite willingness, solutions are born. Willingness means we talk about will. Thank you very much. Yes. When we talk about willingness, we automatically say, there is a prob. Where there is a will, there is a way. Can you repeat it 3 times? Where there is a will, there is a way. Again?
Where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will,
no. There is always a way. Do you have the will? Once willingness is there, there is always a way. Solutions will come. When there is non-willingness, excuses will come. When I say where there is a way, there is a will. No, there is always a way. Do you have the will? Chandrayaan 3 has gone there. Only soft landing was the problem. It has reached there. Now soft landing has to be handled. When you look at that willingness, I want that soft landing also to happen, a way will come. We need critics also. Come, who is criticizing? Come, you tell why it is going to fail. We'll create all the pseudo environment and see to it, it is going to become a successful. Sometimes critics are important. Alerts are important. So what if they bomb from the top? So let us be ready. Let us have a screening that nothing should happen if they are going to bomb, or if any bomb is going to come or any missile is going to fly, we will have an anti-missile that is going to be launched and we will take care of it. Yes, confidence building is required. But before I can build your confidence, do you have the willingness? When you have willingness, automatically confidence will pour in. You need people who will come and it will go in. But if you have closed your lid, it cannot work. So we will have to ask you to open up your lid and then come forward. This was a great lady. You should always appreciate her confidence. Yes, the way he handled lot of things, there is no looking back. But when we talk about him, there is no looking back. The way he came from becoming a Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi to Mahatma Gandhi, and that too using the methodology which everybody can assume it is the least believable रेमेडी. ओके, ब्रिटिशर्स को चेस करना है, ठीक है बापू, हथियार उठाएंगे ना. सुभाष चंद्र बोस told, yes, his confidence level has to be appreciated and he has done his duty. That also has helped to chase these Britishers out of India, equally helped. But look at his daringness that he says, a criminal minded Britishers who were cruel enough, where most of the history books what you have read have shown the nice part of what Britishers have done. There is another part of the black days of Britishers rule. There is a lot of books written on that. If you go through that, how inhumanly they treated the Indians, you cannot even imagine. That is the kind of inhumanness they would have expressed. For them, when Bapu says we are going to chase them with ahimsa, look at his confidence level. And he did it. Miracles happened. There was no looking back at all. Yes, there is a lot of such visions. We will have to work. Look at his confidence. When we talk about confidence, how you will have to pour on that confidence to the subordinates. Yes, because of his confidence, you saw Chandragupta Maurya dynasty. And it expanded all. Afghanistan was a part of us. You go deep inside, that was also a Bharat. But afterwards what happened, we will not talk about that. Why? We gave up on our self-esteem. We did not understand. Self-image doesn't mean that our image of Bharat should come first and then self should come. If that attitude is there, definitely we will break it in ourselves into pieces and the entire team of ISRO will split up. few of them will go to NASA, few of them will go here, few of them will go here. So to have them and hold them that togetherness, a leader is required with so much of confidence who treats everyone equally. Yes, that is equally and very important. Now, whenever I was talking about confidence, confidence building is required when there is non-willingness. When there is willingness, confidence automatically it attracts. So solutions it will automatically attract. When you are not willing to do, that is when we will have to push to build confidence. So sometimes, I'm not against any movies. We take so much of pain in order to make people change from negative to positive, and that requires a lot of energy. And movies like KGF comes, movies like Pushpa 2 comes, and they change the mindset of the entire kids. What is the message they give? They give such a message in so colorful manner. No man wants to become a police officer, because they know, if I become a police officer and if I take one gold biscuit from KGF, Yash will come and bomb the entire. Yes, our forest is our nature. Nature should be rescued. No, one man Pushpa 2 will come and he will start behaving like Veerappan, and they globalize that. And what message are you passing? And for us to convince somebody to push from negative to positive, we will have to give a thorough class, we will have to give a very powerful class and bring out the change, and in no minute it happens like this. Because negative by itself is very powerful. Even when you look at that positive sign and negative sign, you will be amazed. Negative sign means minus. Easily घुसता है. इधर से भी घुसेगा, इधर से भी घुसेगा, इधर से भी घुसेगा, सारे जगह से घुसता है. Positive घुसता है नहीं. As soon as you go, it stops. As soon as it go, it stops. Positive घुसाने के लिए बहुत बड़ा छेद करना चाहिए, and then we will have to push that positive into it. So we say, by itself, negative is very, very powerful. A simple few negatives can spoil the entire positiveness. So you should avoid getting negative. It's a simple example. All of you will know this. Assuming I am a honey cultivator and I brought some pure honey and I have kept it in bottles. But I have not filled it, I have just kept the empty bottles, and I say, I am going to give you a taste of this honey. All of you taste. If you say yes, I am going to give you a bottle of honey. And all of you say, yes sir, let us taste. I give you a small cup I use, and I give 2-3 spoons of honey. All of you will taste. After all of you taste, you will find, wow, very, very tasty. And then I say, okay, before filling up the honey into the bottle, we will do a small experiment. I'll ask one of you to go and collect, using a gloves, collect a drainage water somewhere here. Use a gloves, collect a small bottle, a small glass, a quarter glass of drainage water, and you get it. You are curious, so why this drainage water? Nothing, we will have it here. And I say, and ask one of them to buy a ink filler. You know, ink filler, we used to use fountain pen, we used to fill the ink and drop the ink into the fountain pen. So I take that ink filler, I pick up 3 drops of drainage water, and I have a big honey tank with a small tap so that I can fill all those bottles. I'll take 1 drop, 2 drop, and I stop. Now I say, how many of you want honey? What will you say? No sir, we don't want honey. Why? You said so, you had it at the 2 drops. It has become a drain now. I take up this entire honey, put it into a small bowl of drainage. This honey cannot convert that drain into honey, but this 3 drops of negative can make this entire thing negative. So while we build up that team, when I was talking about the Check the India team, when they had to build, this ISRO team they had to build with so much of carefulness, so that one such negative in that team can spoil and break the entire project. So very important. So this is one. And where is confidence required? Whenever we talk about confidence building, confidence is not required in pleasurable doings. What is pleasurable doings? If I say right now is a tea break, there is no confidence required. You will say yes sir, we will take it, because it's a pleasurable experience. Now I say no, after this break all of you will have to come and then introduce yourself. You say introduce, so let me start preparing. I don't want to look a very simple introduction, so you start preparing. So there is automatically a painful experience there. Getting up early in the morning, yes, it is a little bit of painful experience. Working for projects like Chandrayana 1, Chandrayana 2, Chandrayana 3, very, very painful, because I know most of your colleagues had to make ISRO only their office and home. They used to do everything there, they used to take bath there, they used to do there, they never used to go home, and they have put day and night together, and finally that project has become a successful. So where is confidence required? Confidence is required in all painful doings. Confidence is not required in pleasurable doings. So you will have to push confidence only in this painful doings. When I talk from the kids' perspective, studying, exercising, writing, attending classes, reading exam, yes. For you, keeping a target of the next promotion, keeping the target of the highest promotion, come what may, I have entered as an ordinary scientist, as a fisherman, I will retire as a president. I have started as a chaiwala, I will retire as a prime minister. I have started as a handicapped or mentally retarded or a slow learner, but I will stop at 1,500 inventions under my cap. Life is always like this. B, beginning. C, choices. BCD, life living, we call it as. B is the beginning, which is not under your control. None of us gave an application and we told, I want to be born for these two parents only. It's a gift God has given us. But the destination or the death is our choice. What we want to become. Chaiwala was not his choice, it became. Tribal woman was not our choice, it was given. Mohandas Karamchandi was not his choice, it was given. Slow learner, mental handicappedness was his choice? No, it was given. It was compulsion and it was given. And what choices they made, and with what confidence, with what self-esteem they made, that will decide which your destination is going to become. On a daily basis, if I am ready to take up pain, I will definitely reach that destination. If on a daily basis I don't want to take pain, I want pleasure, God will play a beautiful game. Initial pain will give permanent pleasure. Initial pleasure will give permanent pain. Most of them, even in ISRO, just because one project was there for various reasons, which was actually true. Because excuses is not a false. Excuses is a truth in a wrong place. It was raining, so few of you came late. Yes, it is a truth. But in the same rain, there were many of them who came on time. So excuses is a truth in a wrong place. My daughter's marriage was there, so I told I don't want to be a part of this team. Yes. Few of them had a failure. Chandrayana 1 also failed, 2 also failed. I don't want to be a part of Chandrayana 3. So few of them, for a genuine reason, because something had come up, again an excuse is a truth in a wrong place. They gave up. And then when Chandrayana 3 became a successful, all these people who gave up, they hit themselves, I shouldn't have given up. But when you don't take the opportunity, when opportunity comes, and when it goes and gives the opportunity to somebody else, and when he sees successful, and then you think and you repent that I should have taken that, then it doesn't work. Pain has to be volunteer. Comfort was not taking that opportunity. सन का मैरिज करना है, उसके ऊपर कर लेंगे. नो, सन का मैरिज हो जाएगा, फैमिली लोग मैनेज करेंगे, लेकिन चंद्रयान 3 मेरा ड्रीम है. It should be there. That is what we say confidence. Knowing and daring that there can be a mistake, there can be a failure, not being allergic to the word failure. I challenge myself and say, I am ready to face multiple failures because I know every failure is a stepping stone. Because if I need to see one success, behind that there has to be multiple failures. If I don't dare the situation, I will not experience neither of them. Don't say I have never failed. That means you have never put yourself into that challenging position at all. So you have never failed. You have lived in a comfort zone and you will die in a comfort zone. You have lived in a chaiwala zone and you will die in a chaiwala zone. You have lived in a tribal zone and you will die as a tribal zone. You have lived in a fisherman zone and you will live and die in a fisherman zone. A major nahi, a small minor improvement may happen. You may become a bigger fisherman, that's all. You may become a tribal leader of that one small deep forest, one small community village. That's all. The choice was yours. So when we say BCD way of living, the positive BCD way of living is beginning has happened. Greatest gift what God has given us is all of us are born equal. You could ask Tendulkar's mom also. Ma'am, when Tendulkar came out, did he come with the bat? She will say, what nonsense are you taking? Tendulkar came as a normal boy only. Tribal woman, she came with a signature of president that I am going to be. No, greatest gift God has given each and every one of us is all of us are born equal and all of us are born alike. As a babies, you put all the newborn babies into the same room, except the mother. As a father, you come and identify your son or daughter. Cannot. Why? Greatest gift God gives is all of us look alike. Forget about that. If you come to LKG, UKG section also, and when your LKG son is among those top stage, 100 of them are there. Now the entire song you will be saying, where is my son? Where is? Then you say, hey, he is my son. And the wife will say, not him. I am also searching. Not possible. Greatest gift God. All of them look alike. But the greatest return gift that you can give unto God is they should not die equal. You should do something from a chaiwala to prime minister. That is a daringness what? From an entry level scientist to becoming an ISRO chairman. Yes. A very ordinary remote village studied boy. Dr. Manmohan Singh becomes the greatest economist the world has ever seen. You should really go through his books. Amazing personality. His love towards economics, his love towards finance was so high that even after continuing his science studies as an MBBS doctor, he gave up that and he chose this because this was his interest and this was his conviction. I wanted to do some miracle. And not even being a corporator, not even being an MLA, not even being an MP, not even being an MLC, just like Modi ji became the chief minister and then the prime minister, this man directly becomes a prime minister because that is the kind of economics and finance knowledge what he had. He had already worked for big banks, world banks and others. So from there, yes, confidence building. Now chai will come and we will have a little bit of confidence building there. Thank you, and pause him.
Okay.
At one point of time we feel everything is happening fine. We inhale and we are not able to exhale. The pump lub dub, it stops. We don't know whether it is cardiac arrest or whether it is an heart attack. It stopped. When that has stopped, breathing is happening somehow, either this or the breathlessness. If it stops, gone, you're gone. And still our life is going on. It is getting managed. So sometimes in most of the places, it is being told that if you can daringly go there and be there, solutions automatically come. In most of the old executions of any kind of a project and in most of the new executions of any kind of the project, if you dare enough to go there and stand, solutions automatically will pour. Yes, but you should not be allergic to this word called as failures. Most of the time our confidence will become low because we are very much allergic to this word failure. The best way to explain this is in one of the interviews Tendulkar told, don't you feel that you are overloaded with what is called as records? And he told, are you talking about positive records? Then yes, definitely, the media person told. That means you have not actually gone through my records properly. I am also famous for most negative records. The media person did not understand. He asked, can you elaborate? I was the only player who was out for 0 maximum number of times. Because why? I dared to go there and stand. People gave up and they stopped. The audience started throwing, no, Tendulkar ka bhi khatam ho gaya. Then Tendulkar decided, mera bhi khatam ho gaya. Like that we have seen Tendulkar in his journey from 1 century to 100 plus centuries. There were most of such places where he had completely given up. But somehow he pushed himself and he bounced back. And there was no looking back until he hit that record of 100 centuries. He went on. But were there not obstacles? Were there not failures? Yes, because I want and I dared to stand there, ball after ball after ball, match after match, match after match, though failing miserably many a times. Yes, I have the most number of negative records also. I was the only person who was out for 0 maximum number of matches because I dared many matches. I was the only player who was actually out for 1-digit runs in most of the matches. I was the only player who hit between 50 to 60, between 90 to 100, between 100 to 110. I have those records also. Most bowled batsman I am only. Most self-out batsman also I am only, because I dare to stand there. So it is only that you should dare to stand there, results will automatically pour. But you will have to expect results by doing things quite differently. That is what was expected out of it. Yeah, I cannot sit under an apple tree and say mango to fall, or I cannot put wheat into flour mill and say I want ragi flour. No, if you have put wheat flour only will come. If you are expecting ragi, if you are expecting a better results, change the ingredients or change something in order to get better results. Simple. This is how the understanding of confidence goes. Now, when we talk about confidence and non-confidence, I have told you about comfort zone. Something which I have done yesterday becomes my comfort zone. There I don't need confidence. For a chai wala to become a big chai wala, there is no confidence required. That is your comfort zone. To shift from there to a next place, from fisherman to something else, from something else to something else, there to something else, there to something else, there to something else. That means, can you challenge yourself to give uncomfort zone on a daily basis? Because you know your field better than me. For the kind of scientific knowledge what most of you have, there is no comparison with us at all. But ask yourself the simple question: am I trying to sit in a comfort zone? Am I daring enough to change my comfort zone and go to a difficult zone? The moment a new project is announced, will I be the person who will raise my hand and say, "Apan this project mein aayega"? I don't know whether it can be a success or a failure. That is where can you dare to go out of the comfort zone. For new players, comfort zone is very much required, because as a new player, if you go on to challenge the entire dynasty only, it is actually stupidity. But if you can dare to do that, really great. That was Chanakya. Not even having a king, he decides I am going to start an empire. And not even deciding who is going to be, and his journey starts, and that is amazing confidence. Such confidence was also expressed by one more person. All of you would have seen this 2020 First World Cup. When you look at this 2020 First World Cup, India had decided not to send a team only because India knew that their players had never experienced 2020 matches. It was never experienced at all. IPL has become very powerful now, and if anybody says who would be the best players to participate in any kind of a 2020 matches, now you will automatically say India because of the exposure and experience they have. Otherwise, India had only played test matches, India had only played one-day international. At that moment, when they had to send a World Cup first team, they were completely confused because they did not know which player to be sent. Is it the seniors or juniors? Finally, they decide we will make a mixed match. 50% of the juniors and 50% of the seniors will be pushed. So what they do, they call all the junior players, they assemble them in one place, and they call all the senior players, they put them into one more place. Now they will have to come to the senior players, they will have to decide on who is going to be the captain, and they should also decide who is going to be the team players, with 50% of them and the new ones. When they come to the senior players room and they say we need to select the captain and we need to also select the team players, who would like to play? Most of them told we don't want to play, forget about being a captain. It is a newcomers match, we don't have experience about it, I think you should send the junior team only. And some of the seniors told we don't mind being a part of a team, but we don't want to take up the captainship. Captainship, it is a bold decision that you will have to take, because you know it is a first of its kind, and when it is executed, there are chances of failure. And definitely there is more chances of failure, and they were allergic to this failure, and they told we don't want to take this risk only. And few players told they will play, and most of the senior players told they don't want to be a part of a team. I don't want to take names. None of the senior players at that time were a part of this team. But they told they will play. Tendulkar, Harbhajan, those were seniors, they told we will be a part of the team. But there were another Saurav Ganguly, Rahul Dravid and others. They told we don't want to be a part of a team. Now they come to the juniors. Here they not only will have to pick up a captain, they also need to pick up the team players and the captain, which was challenging for them. Team players, everybody could gather and they could go as a team, but choosing a captain was a tough decision. So what they say, we have already selected the captain, we have already selected 50% of the team players from the seniors. Now, just in case if we decide to send a captain from the juniors team, who would like to captain? The moment this question was fired, one hand raises and he says, Apan captain karega. And that man was a newcomer, Dhoni, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He was in a best form, but he was a new entry. He never had that exposure as compared to all other senior players. It was very, very less. But he was daring and he was challenging enough to say, I am ready to take up this opportunity come what may. Sometimes trying to put yourself into uncomfort zone expresses your leadership skills, automatically builds up confidence in you and also builds up confidence about you in others' mind. That is also important. If a captainship is pushed, there is no way you should become a captain. That way it doesn't work. Captainship is something somebody will daringly take and say, I will take this captainship and I will do the needful, I will get the match won and I will get the cup. That is what is the confidence they are looking for. And when they don't find that there, they will be surprised to see the same kind of confidence. Like very high confidence in this young boy, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and they say, okay, let us give a try. We will make you a captain. Jeet ke आओगे? हाँ sir, jeet ke होगा. The first match we lost. The entire media started writing blah 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 and so many things they had written, and Dhoni knew the loudest way to tell the world shut up is I need to win matches. I cannot give excuses. And without looking at any of those news, they bounced back into the next game and there was no looking back. After that they did not even lose one match also. And finally we got the cup. Because he dared to go from comfort zone to uncomfort zone. I don't know what is your challenge, because for Tendulkar there is no challenge after 50 centuries because he was the highest. But his yesterday's Tendulkar was a comfort zone and today's Tendulkar was an uncomfort zone. He challenged his yesterday's comfort zone and he told, today I am going to hit one more century and put that into my comfort zone. Like that you have a challenge on a daily basis. Do not sit in yesterday's comfort zone and spend today also. Today get into a place where you challenge yourself and pick up an uncomfort zone and win over that. You will experience fear. You need to experience fear. You need to explore the fear. It will be there, but afterwards what happens? It goes and then you will enjoy that position. First day you got a promotion. Happiness and sorrow comes together, but not happiness. Happiness and fear comes together. Sorrow won't come. You're very happy a position is given to you, but you are also very fearful. Dhoni was asked when you accepted and they told yes you will be a captain, what went into your mind? He told fear definitely went into my mind. I asked for a challenge, challenge was thrown and it was accepted. It was given. I asked for an opportunity, opportunity was given. Am I fearless? No, I have a lot of fear. But I want to exhibit that fearlessness in front of this one, and I hold my entire team's hand and I wanted to lead them forward. Yes, same thing I did when this was shaking and my son told something is waving. I was also shaking. I went to his room. I switched on the light. I could see the wind was actually blowing and the window was closing and opening, closing and opening. And he told, Dad, look inside through the window. And I looked outside through the window and there was one small white which was flowing. And then we had a light outside also. Then I told, let me switch on this outside light and then watch. I came very close because outside light was very close to the window, and I came, and with that fear, because in my mind that movie is going on, and I went and with a shaking, and Dad, you're also shaking. That's common. I told I'm not shaking because I was in deep sleep, and I switch on and I see it was my white shirt which was hanging on my first floor that had come down, and it is flowing. It is all in the mind. And that day, if I wouldn't have stopped my son and I told, no, no, it's okay, you sleep off, he wouldn't have overcome that fear, and that fear would have actually become bigger and bigger and bigger, and it would have haunted him for lifetime. Same way, most of you will be amazing in one of the verticals. There will be one such verticals in every one of you, which is haunting you. Now you should decide how I am going to overcome that fear, how I am going to build confidence into that vertical, and that overall improves your self-image. Overall, it builds up your self-esteem, and that confidence will pour into other actions also, and you will start taking daring decisions from there on. So you will have to always challenge, coming from uncomfort zone to comfort zone. Nahi, from comfort zone always daring to take up an uncomfort zone. Before you go to sleep, you should always introspect your entire day and ask yourself, did I at any point of time change my comfort zone and go to an uncomfort zone and challenge myself? I have a point, but to go and tell the point to the chairman, it requires daringness. Pichai was capable of going and doing that again and again, though they ridiculed his idea multiple times. How did he become a CEO of Google? It was not just like that. Google Chrome was his idea. They ridiculed. Why will anybody come to Google Chrome and use an internet browser when all the operating systems are giving their own browser? They were thinking Microsoft from the perspective. And he told, we will give what Microsoft can never give. And then you see why they will not give, why they will not use us. And today, 90% of the Microsoft operating system based users also, they use Google Chrome as their main internet browser. They will not use Microsoft Edge. So can I bring something to that core? And that was challenging. He was ridiculed. Like that, he dared to go and give these ideas again and again, asking for meetings, because their time is very, very expensive. Expensive in the sense, for the number of projects they are handling, not from the money's point of view, for number of people whom they are meeting, the senior most person who is in charge of actually introducing new things into this Google, he will be the most expensive time of his. If he needs to give 5 minutes for you, your idea has to be so beautiful, so gigantic, which can progress and bring a big change. He went and kept it in front of them. They did not accept. They ridiculed. Again he went and kept, they ridiculed. But he went on giving. Like that, many such ideas of what it was ridiculed and then it was given, many such ideas became very successful. And then they started taking him seriously. Now, first match they lost, everybody ridiculed, the newspaper wrote what kind of team has been picked up, were they drunk when they picked up the team, or how did they choose a captain like him who has the least experience, what kind of captainship has been chosen, what kind of leadership has been chosen, what kind of team players have been chosen, everything was spoken. But after the World Cup was won, the same people, and there was no looking back. 3 months, 4 months down the line, he was given the captainship of one-day matches also, 50 overs matches. And then few months down the line, there was no looking back because of his success he gave. Yes, he was given also one of test captainship, and we still consider he is also one among the top captains Indian team has experienced. That is how it is going. You should be daring to actually put yourself into that uncomfort zone and challenge yourself. Most of you would know, if I am taking an example of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was called blue-eyed boy of failure. Why is it? In his book, he very clearly writes, I was famous for failures in election. and they called me blue-eye boy of failure. If somebody had to fail, they used to actually say, "Ek kaam karo, anyway lose hi karna hai na, Abraham Lincoln ko is pe dal do." Like that, in his entire lifetime, he would have participated in 50 plus different elections. 50 plus different school election, class election, school election, college election, one small community election, one small club election, like that 50 plus elections which he participated in. None of the elections he won. And finally, in the presidentship election, he wins, and it is miraculous. Today we consider one of the greatest president of America. Yes, one of them is definitely him. Sometimes the confidence and the willingness and the dream that you throw on, it is only a question of how conviction, means what is the kind of conviction you have, that's all. If you dare to have a very, very strong conviction, stories tell that the universe will rewind itself or do whatever needs to be done until and unless whatever is your dream was to be fulfilled. I can give you n number of such examples. We will have to study. Let it be a simple study of Chak De India, where a hockey team becomes very, very successful, or it could be any such incident that we can think of. You will always feel, if somebody has dared till the last breath, I want this, and if it was their dream, nobody can stop them from achieving it. It shall be fulfilled. The entire universe will do what needs to be done to bring it true. All of you should know, because we talk about manifestation, law of attraction. Yes, it is beautifully told even in our Bhagavad Gita. What your mind thinks is what you get. So for that reason, why don't you change the logic? Let me think positive. If what my mind thinks is what I get, let me, for the sake of just thinking, let me think positive, and slowly you will start attracting it. Law of attraction says the same thing. So when there is a chances you may fail also, let me try with the confidence of I will win. That at least that beginning, the belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey defines the journey. Let me believe with this belief that I am going to achieve it, and it shall be achieved. It practically starts working like that. Our entire belief system is like that. If I believe so, it will be achieved. It once happened, all of you should know Martin Luther King Jr., a great black leader. This man, right from the childhood, he had seen himself being treated as slave because he was a black. So sometimes people say, I think that Black Balloon story was a story which it was written of his experience only, they say. I will not talk about that, but I will talk on the other side about manifestation, about confidence building, about self-esteem. Can you hold on to something very strong that I shall achieve it? And when you hold on, it shall be achieved. Delay will be there, denial won't be there. Obstacles will be there, but denial won't be there. Resistance will be there, but denial won't be there. With what thought process you are holding on to it is a choice that you will have to make. The thought process also will have to be right. For that, I'll tell you one more story. We will come here. Every time he had an opportunity to address the gathering, he always looked at the White House and he used to say, whenever he had a chance to speak in this Abraham Lincoln Hall, he used to say, a day would come where this White House will witness there will not be any color discrimination. A simple sentence. But what did that mean? He meant that this White House will witness a black president. And every time he told, the entire audience used to say, oh, as you're making fun about it. Forget about a black man becoming a president. Even movies, very, very good movies, where they actually showed a black president, became an utter flop because nobody went and watched it. But today they are actually re-seeing those movies to understand how the mentality of those whites were. That was the belief system they had. Blacks and browns means they are born slaves and they will die slaves. A chai wala has to die as a chai wala. A tribal woman has to die as a tribal woman only. A fisherman's son should live as a fisherman and die as a fisherman. Just like how our entire segregation of casteism started because of the work they were doing. That actually got into the head, and every time he told that, people ridiculed. But he always told that a day would come when White House will witness. Sometimes what you manifest should be manifested in the right concern is time also. right concern with the time. He should have told a day would come where my eye would witness that this White House will not have discrimination of masters and slaves or blacks and whites. He should have told that. But he told, but after that he passes away, and after he died, 11 years down the line, a black president comes and he becomes the president of United States of America, which was something which we never believed happened to become something which is true. The Britishers ruled us. Nobody thought a day would come when an Indian would become a prime minister. Not out of ego, I am telling, but it was a simple saying that every Britishers, when they killed those wrong men's freedom fighters, they used to say this beautiful, it is like a wheel, now we are on the top, there would be days when we would come on the top. Same thing, it happened. Whether he continued for 5 years or not, even to think that it has happened, it is, yes, something which is outside the structure of our imagination. But the law says if you can actually imagine, if you can hold on to that imagination long enough, it shall be true. And law of manifestation is a simple understanding. You and me also know. If I can strongly believe that his exam I can score good, I can definitely score good. So my preparation also will go in the same fashion. But if I feel I cannot score good, I will bring down my preparation. Automatically that will reflect on my preparation, because I am not expecting 100, I am expecting 90, my preparation also will come down. Or if I am expecting 80, my preparation will still come down. So what is happening? It is your mindset. What you have set is what you are going to get. So the entire law of attraction or manifestation says the entire universe is like a magical genie. You need not rub and bring the genie. Genies are always there. Angels are always there. Devils are always there. When Martin Luther King Jr. told a White House shall witness there will not be any color discrimination, and he meant that a black president will occupy, and it was not once, he was consecutively second term president also. A third term, if option would have been there, he would have continued because people liked his work. But in US it is only 2 terms. So here the manifestation happened because the genie told Martin Luther King Jr., Master, your wish is my command, it shall be fulfilled. I want to become a chairman, I am going in the right direction. Pichai, I am giving them ideas so that I climb the ladder of success, and one day he would become a CEO, and he has become a CEO. It was possible. Your wish is my command, Master, it shall be fulfilled. But after few days, few obstacles come. I don't think so I can get 90. If I get a promotion as even the project leader also, that would be more than enough. Forget about chairman there, forget about director there, forget about assistant director there. What the genie will say? Your wish is my command, Master, it shall be fulfilled. Tendulkar's strength of he wanted to see 100 centuries was so strong that nothing could stop him, and it happened. And his interest of that he should at least win 1 World Cup as a team player, and he should at least hit 1 century in the World Cup, that also became true. So like that, if you have a vision and if you can imagine that vision and start beautifying it, start adding clarity into it, the world has no other go but to manifest it and bring it to reality. But are you courageous enough? Are you having that kind of a conviction that you will not change that? Most of the times we have changed it. We wanted something, lot of arrangements were given, opportunities were given, and obstacles were also given. Sometimes opportunities were given, sometimes people came, they lifted us and they dragged us. You felt happy. Sometimes some of them pulled our leg and brought 2 steps down. The moment they brought 2 steps down, you give up. Gandhiji gave up. No, Ahimsa will not work, we will use Ahimsa. No, it doesn't work. Mother Teresa will give up. No, that give up attitude should not come. When we talk about confidence building, it has to be one-minded. I need to hit this. When we talk about confidence building and that single-minded devotion towards what she wants to achieve, everything else will occupy the backstage. That is what we call it as conviction. Conviction should be unconditional. Then only confidence can always go high. It so happened that, when we say missionaries of charity, it was not easy to build small clinics. Forget about building hospitals, which is going to cost a huge money. and every penny was taken as donation and it was done. And Mother Teresa started that donation thing right from the start, from 1 penny to whatever it has become. Slowly volunteers came. It was one such incident, because if I'm talking about her confidence and conviction towards what she wanted to do, nobody could shake her up. It so happened there was one such businessman who completed a bad business meeting. He was upset. He was coming scolding the entire team, and as he was out of this hotel, it was an MG road in Calcutta, and every city has an MG road, which is a luxury road, and most of the super rich people come there and go. And they were this group of missionary volunteers who were wearing white clothes, and they were having a bowl, and they had a banner of people who are suffering, and they used to say, please help these they call them patients only, leprosy patients. We are trying to build the hospitals. He was so upset that he looked at them, you idiots, you don't have any work at all, and he kept on going. When they did not stop, they started murmuring, if you want to give, give, otherwise don't give. He looked back at them and he wanted to scold. So he's going like this. Here he's looking back at them and he's scolding. Idiots, don't have any work at all. You beg like you have nothing. Who has asked you to build hospitals? Okay, he's saying. And after he completes, he turns like this. Here was Mother Teresa who was standing. She turns this side. Now both of them encounter each other. Mother Teresa is here and this guy is here. He was a tall man. Mother Teresa was having a bowl. She immediately repeats the same line. Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, can you please help us? We are trying to build hospitals for these poor people who can't afford their treatment, otherwise they are going to die. Then immediately, he did not know what to do. He was in the peak of anger. He spits onto that white ball. You and me, we would have expressed angerness. Mother Teresa picks up an handkerchief because she was wearing a sari, and she wipes that. She folds it and she says, I'm going to keep this. But can you do something to them, please? I'm okay with this. That man couldn't. So that kind of a conviction should be there. That single-minded conviction when you have, you can hit that bullseye. Otherwise, it is going to be difficult. Definitely, yes, hurdles will be there, resistance will be there, there will be a lot of pain you will have to accept, and that pain will be completely long-lasting. It will be there. But you will have to tell yourself, initial pain means in future permanent pleasure. Initial pleasure means in future permanent pain. So you should volunteer pain. If I want a gain, I should volunteer pain. When I keep doing that, it works. Where is confidence building required? When you are executing a job for the nth time, when you are executing job for the first time. That means when I am doing a job for the first time, automatically confidence is required. But if I have done it twice or thrice, so much of fear won't be there. Confidence automatically will be high. So the more number of times you have executed a particular job, automatically the experience always will build up more confidence. The fear is always less. But if you have experienced it very, very less, there automatically you require more and more confidence. Yes, when your confidence is lost, you need to go and meet the right kind of people. Like in your own field, there will be your own seniors or mentors whom you look up to. Do not hesitate to go and charge yourself with them. That is one of the best things that you can give to yourself. Do not miss an opportunity if you can get and listen to them when there is a meetings, when there is a board meeting, when there is a common meetings, or when there is his addressing to a gathering, or when they invite you for something. Never miss an opportunity to go and meet him and ask for his suggestions, ask for his inputs. That way what happens, it helps you to manifest and create that confidence in you. That has to be done regularly without anybody insisting. So when you do that, automatically your confidence will go. Otherwise, you will have to see how much of experience you have. The more number of experience you have, automatically your confidence is high. The less number of experience, your confidence is low. But first, second, third, fourth experience will not give you results. It is a simple understanding. And for every vertical, which is that nth which will give you more confidence, you also don't know. But attempt has to be made. Religiously, attempt has to be made, because you don't know which is that nth vada. There is one concept which we call in personality development as nth vada concept, we call it as. Nth means infinite, we don't know, nth is a number. For few of you, one such experience can build lot of confidence, in the next you will do fantastically good. But for a few others, it may be 2 or 3 such experiences. So you need those experiences. Those experiences, you should not term it as whether it was a success or a failure. Those experiences are building you to become finally successful, that's all. So failure is a part of that walkthrough. If you and a 5-year-old guy will perform the same way, then what is the difference of his experience and you being a fresher? So there has to be a failure that you will have to experience in order to meet him. Somebody says, I want to actually to take on to this project. How many projects have you done? I have not done any project. Then it doesn't work. You will have to do multiple small projects, and in that multiple small project, few you will fail, few you may not fail, and then you will be eligible for this project. Yes, that's how life is going to be. You also don't know which is that nth vada. It is not stupidity, but you need to know that nth vada and be happy until that nth vada comes. The story goes something like this. All of you know that it was one such interview. A man from a remote place called as Udupi, it is in Mangalore. He comes to Bangalore, he wanted to attend an interview in Infosys, and he had promised himself, I will be fasting until I complete the interview. Only if I get through the interview and if my selection happens, I will eat something, otherwise I will not. He comes, and because of his strong determination, he got through the interview and he felt happy about it. Now he wanted to have something because he was very hungry. As he was very angry, he was looking for a hotel which is close by, and he finds one. Udupi hotel was there, it was written Udupi hotel. And then he goes up there, a lot of rush were there. There were a lot of them who were sitting. He just goes up to the counter and he could make out the counter person itself is the owner. He asks, are you the owner? He says, yes. Sir, do you get vadas which is very tasty? He says, yes sir, our vadas are very tasty. You can ask anybody. And he asks, sir, hegide nam vada? He says, very tasty. Then he says, okay sir, good. And he says, does your vada satisfy hunger? Sir, it can satisfy anybody's hunger. Sir, eldrigu nam vada tindre vatte tumbutalva? Means, if you have my vada, will it actually fill your stomach? He says, ah sir, stomach fill agutte, taste nu irutte. Many of the customers also told, because he asked in front of him, and he told, okay sir. Then he asked, how much is one plate vada? He told 40 rupees. And he told, go sit. He sat there and he ordered one plate vada kudi. So one plate of vada was served. So he takes up that vada, he breaks it into 4 pieces, and there was chutney and sambar that was offered, and he looks at the owner and says, sir, do you charge anything for chutney and vada? He says, no sir, chutney and sambar is free of cost, only vada is 40 rupees. You can take any number of time chutney and sambar. So he completes the first vada, he looks at the owner and he says, very tasty, but stomach not full. So for you, in order to execute some project, small projects, how many such projects you will have to take, you don't know, but you will have to keep targeting. No, I will only take up if that big project comes, till then I will not take projects. It doesn't work. You need to take up small things, small opportunities offered, execute it in a manner that nobody else should have executed, and the way you have executed, people will know, and automatically for the law of karma of execution, in some form something will come, some goodwill will come. So he eats the first vada and he looks at the owner, stomach not full, but vada is tasty. Then second plate of vada, third plate of vada, fourth plate of vada, fifth plate of vada, sixth plate of vada, because vada was a little small in size. But he took sixth and he knew that I think his stomach is going to fill for the next vada. Even the owner knew that next vada his stomach is going to be full, and he wrote 7 into 40 rupees, 7 4s are 28, 280 rupees, the bill was ready, and he challenged one of the waiter. Sorry, ಎಷ್ಟು ವಡ ತಿಂತಾನೆ ಸರ್, ಈ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇದೊಂದೇ ವಡ ಅವನ ಕೈಲಿ ಆಗೋದು, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ತಿಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿನೇ ಡಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಹೋಗು. He was so confident, I will increase your salary if he is capable of eating one more vada. And why are you worried? Anyway, business is happening. You simply serve vada. Then one more vada is given, he breaks it into 4 pieces. He takes the first piece, dips into sambar, dips into chutney, and he has it. Vada has come to this place. He cannot, because already it is full. Now he feels like, yes, he looks at the owner and says, now my stomach is full. And he comes to the counter, he gives 40 rupees and he's going. The owner will catch hold of him. Sir, 280 rupees. So what did I say? I asked you first only, does your vada is tasty? You also told, your customers also told tasty. And when I asked, does the vada satisfy your hunger? Customers also told yes. You also told yes. But first vada did not satisfy my hunger, sir. Second also did not. But nth vada it satisfied. I have not eaten the full vada, sir. Only quarter piece. I should pay only 10 rupees. But I am still paying you 40 rupees. But we will leave the story there. You and me are also expecting the same thing. First time I execute something, it should become successful. Second time I execute something, it has to become successful. Is nth vada, your nth vada is different. God does not create duplicates. God never creates duplicates. He always creates a unique piece. He always creates a master's piece, and He will create a masterpiece. Like that, every one of you here is a masterpiece. So you don't know which is your nth vada. So wait for that nth vada to come. But don't stop. If you give up, your stomach will not be full. You should continue to have and see which that nth vada will be, and that nth vada can become your successful vada. And in every process of execution, yes, you will always see project 1, project 2, project 3 fail, and project 5 became very, very successful. 9,999 attempts failed, and finally 10,000 attempt, yes, he designed a bulb and it could actually stably work for more than 1 hour. Today it works for years together. That wouldn't have happened if he would have given up somewhere in between the experiment. He did not give up. The Maurya dynasty wouldn't have expanded so much if at any point of time, frustrated, if Chanakya would have given up on Chandragupta, thinking that this boy can never become an emperor, because there were such instances where he also had to self-pep himself, because everything what he told was blindfoldedly followed by that boy, but they were most of the times he could not be up to the mark. There were failures. So he started teaching him failure is nothing but a path. You will have to go through that path. And when he understood that, Chandragupta Maurya knew how he has to hit that success, and he was capable of hitting that success. So all this has happened. Directly or indirectly, we have explained what is confidence building, why confidence building, how to be confident, how to build confidence, importance of confidence building, what is overconfidence. Importance of confidence building is also important. Overconfidence is also dangerous. A line has to be drawn. Your yesterday is not equal to today. From both the perspective. Yesterday was a failure. Don't take too much onto your head and expect that yesterday was a failure, yesterday was a failure, yesterday was a, what will happen to today, what will happen to today, what will happen to today. That will influence today's failure. Why do you want to bring the genie and make him say yesterday's was a failure? Genie will understand. That means you want today also failure. You are asking for more failure. So your wish is my command, master. It shall be fulfilled. I want to see success today. My yesterday is not equal to today. In the same manner, overconfidence is very, 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 very dangerous. Just because yesterday was a success, that doesn't mean that today also century is guaranteed. No, you will have to start from 0 only and then hit 100. The project has to be once again started from the scratch to be building up everything. So your yesterday is not equal to today, your today is not equal to tomorrow, and your yesterday is not equal to tomorrow. Simple understanding. Your life and confidence building has to happen like that. Most of the time, your past can influence your present. But you should tell yourself when it is negative that past is not equal to today. But when it is positive, also tell your past is not equal to today, because if you don't tell that, you will be filled with overconfidence. That will become blind. I don't know how many of you know, it is beautiful to understand how courageous Arjuna was and Bhima was. They could fight so many crores or Akshayani Sainya when we say, it's beautiful. But that overconfidence is very, very dangerous when they start feeling, yes, everything can be done. After the Kurukshetra and after the entire Pandavas, Yudhishthira's ruling as Chakravarti for some years, it so happens Krishna had to go into the forest, and because he knew that his last days have come, and all the Gopikas and all the Krishna's close relatives or family members or caretakers, when they were there in what is called as Krishna's place. He went and he wanted to bring them back. As he was trying to bring them back, he knew Krishna is no more and they had to safeguard, and he had that over ego that he can do everything. And ordinary gopis means who actually safeguard those cows, they attacked and they took over all the queens of the Dwaraka and all the Krishna's gopikas, and they lost the war, and something else happened, and Yudhishthira, Nakula and Sahadeva, they come and they win back. The story goes something like that. So overconfidence is always dangerous, be it for any leaders whom I have taken in the past. Overconfidence is always dangerous. You will have to put a line, your yesterday is not equal to today, your today will not be equal to tomorrow. A simple understanding, because at any point of time you can't say this and this, a comparison cannot be done. Kaun bada, don't do that comparison. It is utter stupidity. Just because yesterday you hit century, you go today and hit every ball and you will become century. No, you will be bowled out. So that is very dangerous. For that we share this beautiful story. We say Kaun bada. Most of the time we compare and we say Kaun bada. There were two friends, and these two friends were very close to each other in their childhood. But after some time, what happened, one of them, he got into business, he was a very successful businessman, but because of his wrongdoings, he became drunkard, day and night used to drink, and the other person becomes a priest. It so happened that this friend who was a businessman, he was completely drunk the whole night because he could not go home late in the night. He was just wandering around in the road, and he happens to meet this priest who was just coming out of the temple, doing the morning pujas, lighting the diya. Early morning in Brahmi Muhurta, they do this puja, not with full garlanding. It's a silent prayers is done. After the silent prayers, when he is coming, both of them meet. This priest starts giving him gyan. What stupid are you? You drink the whole night. You don't have any intelligence at all. Is this the right thing to do? Oh, that means you are most intelligent. I'm a priest, I worship God, I'm really smart, I'm really intelligent. I could have become a businessman like you also, but I wouldn't have never become a drunkard like you. Oh, that means you are very smart, huh? Shall I test you? Test. He says, it is in Hindi, it will be beautiful when you listen to it in Hindi. Okay, ye batao, ye pura dunya mein kaun bada? Entire dunya, entire dharti mein kaun bada? In this entire earth, who is great? Your influence is your past experience. A person who has just come from a temple, what is his experiences? For him, temple is everything. That's the reason he has chosen to become a priest. Though he was equally qualified, he did not become a businessman. So for him, dharti badi. So what he says? Temple bada, he says. Entire dharti mein temple bada. He says, oh, entire dharti mein temple bada? Then he says, yes. अगर टेम्पल बड़ा है तो वो धरती के ऊपर कैसे खड़ा? If temple is big, how can he stand on this earth? That means inside the earth he is standing. Then he says, अरे यार सही तो कह रहे हो. That means what he is saying is right. He says, I'm sorry, धरती बड़ी. Sure, धरती बड़ा? Yes, धरती बड़ी. अगर धरती बड़ा है तो वो शेषनाग के ऊपर कैसे खड़ा? You know Sheshnag, the entire story goes like this. The earth is rounding, but the earth is being held by a Sheshnag. That's how the story goes. We will take it from the story perspective also. And he says Sheshnag bada. This man is completely lost. Priest, अरे यार माफ कर दो, शेषनाग बड़ा. अगर शेषनाग बड़ा है तो you think you are smart? Yes. अगर शेषनाग बड़ा है तो वो शिवजी के गले में कैसे पड़ा? Then he says, माफ कर दो, शिवजी बड़ा. At least he thought he will leave him there. अगर शिवजी बड़ा है तो वो कैलाश पे कैसे खड़ा? शिवजी stands on कैलाश. And he says, please मुझे छोड़ दो, कैलाश बड़ा. Is that okay? अगर कैलाश बड़ा है तो वो हनुमान पे उंगली पे कैसे टिका? And the story can go on like this. Whom are you comparing to what? Your yesterday is not equal to today. Your today will not be equal to tomorrow. You cannot compare Dharti with this. But yes, temple is really better. With what perspective you do. So your confidence also sometimes you challenge and you make it miserable. You create an inferiority complex. You create a superior complex all on your own. And world is there. They are there to create that. Forget about the world. You compare yourself and you create misery to yourself. So what does the counselor do when you feel inferior? He tries to bring you superior by comparing you to so many things that you would have achieved, and then you will start feeling, yes, I have already hit 50 centuries. I just have passed 50 of my means half a milestone. I need to only cross half more. Confidence is built up. So your yesterday is not equal to today, today is not equal to tomorrow, and now you will get the most intelligent answer. He says, okay yaar, मैं माफी चाहता हूँ, I am not intelligent, you are most intelligent, you tell me ये पूरा दुनिया में कौन बड़ा? He says, ये पूरा दुनिया में जो 4 बॉटल रात से 4 बजे तक पी के 2 टांग पे खड़ा, वो सबसे बड़ा. So that is also a stupid answer. But for him, being drunk, that too drunk 4 bottles, if he is able to stand on his own leg, most of the drunk ones, you should talk to them. You will realize they are the badas. We are not the achievers, they are the achievers. So do not compare your yesterday to today, today to tomorrow, tomorrow to day after tomorrow, no. And charging should happen in the right place. Do not go to those who have failed miserably and ask for opinions. You will get discharged much more quickly. Here is one such experience, because whenever you get into some problems, none of us can help. You will have your own mentor whom you look up to. He can charge you better. One of my friend told, I wanted to start a business, and he told my mama was a businessman, but right now he gave up his business, he lost his business, now he is having a pan shop. I'll go and ask him, should I start a business? I told him, अरे यार अगर business करना है तो go and ask those people who are successful. That way you will get charged, because they will definitely say they have also experienced failure. Do not go for a person who has stopped after failure and ask him about success, because he can never predict and give you the right answer. He was not ready to listen. Just because I was his friend, I told, okay, I will also join. Both of us went. He was sitting in a pan shop which was 5 feet by 5 feet in front of a luxury hotel. Both of them went, and he told, Mama, I want to start a business. Okay, you want to be a businessman? Good. एक काम करो, एक उधर आगे का दुकान में in the front there is a grocery shop. I think he has chalk piece. You get 1 chalk piece. Mama, कुछ idea तो? I'm giving you idea only. Go. He goes and he gets a chalk piece and he says, मेरा 10 by 10 है. आप भी एक 10 by 10 इधर mark करो. Then he says, why mama? You mark it. He marks. Then he says, business शुरू करो. जरूरी फेल होगा. बाद में इधर आ जाओ, चिंता मत करो. मैं 10 by 10 ये जगह रिजर्व करके रखता हूँ. आपको एक पान का दुकान लगा के देता हूँ. So sometimes when you are discharged, where do you go and charge yourself is a question that you will have to ask. How do you build your confidence? How to build your confidence? Go to the right place and get charged. Yes, you go to Narayan Murthy, he will tell you how he started from a garage and he was not always successful. You talk to a person Amitabh Bachchan, you will know that how he was never always successful. He had become bankrupt and there was a moment where none of his belongings was his. And then he bounced back with Kaun Banega Crorepati and there was no looking back. So, everybody will have failures. So, you should go and ask them so that they actually guide you properly. So, that importance of confidence building will only happen when you go to the right people and charge yourself. So, this was little about that. Now, if you have any questions, if I can throw certain my perspective of answering it, that would be nice. Or else we will wind up as it is. I'll be sharing this PPT presentation. It has a few more slides about confidence building, how to build your self-confidence, and it talks about the belief system. How do you work on a belief system? How do you build confidence of others? A beautiful system. All of us are a product of our confidence till date. Today when we talk about a lean and mean barrister, he was what his confidence could take him up to. A chaiwala was what his confidence to take him up to. A tribal woman was what his confidence could take her up to. So you should also have that. Your confidence will be shaken up. Your confidence will never be called as a confidence if it is not tested. आपने बोला we will start and people started coming. Mother Teresa, come, 1 crore ले लो. Mother Teresa, come, और कर लो. Nobody knew her by name Mother Teresa also. She was an ordinary missionary who was collecting donations. All donation collectors did not have good name. Everybody thought they are actually misusing the money also. So your confidence is not confidence if it is not shaken up. Then why will I call it as confidence? I say I am going to dare to go on stand there. I know a bullet would come there. A person will say not one bullet, multiple bullets will come there. But still I'll go dare to stand there with all the bulletproof whatever happens. That is called as confidence building. So you should know that your beliefs will never be called as a belief system if it is not challenged, if it is not tested, if there is no resistance. I wanted and I got it. Then it is not at all an achievement. You should have hurdles, you should have difficulties, you should have taken pain. And then when it comes out, the mother will realize for the pain what she took and the baby coming out and crying, she knows the pain had a gain. That is the beauty of it. So it is important that you understand. And God also tries to fill the confidence of the vessel you carry. Most of the time what happens, the vessel size is your choice. Building confidence is his choice. He never tells, I will not build confidence if your vessel is too big, you are expecting too much. Does he say, no, rain is ready to fill whatever you take under it. I say go and collect water, it's raining. Few of them go with the spoon, you collect a spoonful of water. Few of them go with a container, you will collect a container full of water. Few of them go with a jug, you will collect a jug full of water. Few of you go and build reservoirs and you will collect a reservoirs of water. And we will not speak about these people who collected this water, but we will definitely speak about that person who collected a reservoir. And whom are you asking? Why are you low in confidence? Sometimes stupidity we execute. In terms of the concept what I tell, you need 10,000 rupees. You don't mind, you will ask your colleague because he is also earning 60, 70, nearly 1 lakh. If you ask him 10,000 rupees, he will never say no. He will pick it up and give. From 10 people you take 10,000, 1 lakh is what was required and it comes. Yes, when you will have to ask 1 lakh from him, you hesitate. How can I ask him 1 lakh? His salary is only 1 lakh. Agreed. Normal. If your requirement is 5 lakh or 50 lakh, you cannot think of achieving it at all because you know how can I ask him 50 lakh or 50-50, how can I assemble 2 crores? That is what is required for this hospital. What hospital? The first hospital which I am starting as not Mother Teresa, as a school teacher. I need 10 crores. But my confidence is shaken. But when I gave this resignation letter to the principal says, Amma, do you have a second pair of clothes to wear? Maybe you would have. Do you have third pair? Definitely not. Yes sir, definitely not. I know, because all the salary what you get, you give it to the poor. And now you say you want to start hospitals. Do you know to start a clinic it requires money? Not small money, big money. And when you are talking about hospitals, do you think it is going to be possible? Stupidity. Don't feel bad. It is stupidity. You do like this. You are a good lady. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I will keep this resignation letter. You try. Agar if you are able to build hospitals, you take time, try. Agar nahi hoga, to come back. She very confidently says, sir, why should I worry? Whom am I asking? If I ask you 10,000, you will say, no, you will give me. So when I am asking you 10,000, I know that you will give you because you are confident. And for you 10,000 is nothing. And you are talking about 4-5 crores. I have only 1 penny. But whom am I asking? Him. What is his capabilities? For him 10 crores is a big thing. 100 crores is a big thing. Million crores is a big thing. 1 hospital is a big thing. 10 hospital is a big thing. The genie always says, your wish is my command master. It shall be fulfilled. No, I don't think so. I can start 5 hospitals. If 1 hospital, if I can start, that itself is a great thing. Again the genie will say, your wish is my command master. The angels, we say in Kannada also, Shubha Nudiya always speak the right. Because there will be angels who will come and bless. You will know in disguise everything happens. Until now, where have you rugged ke, you have come to this position? You know it was a free cakewalk. Kuch obstacles here and there were there. But what did you do? You went, irrespective of the obstacles, you dared to go there and face the fear. You know, interview was fearful. People did not come to ISRO because they fear the interview of ISRO, and they say, I did not get through the interview because I did not go and attend the interview only. I attended once, I failed, then after that I did not dare to attend any more interview. But there was my friend who lost 10 interviews, but on the 11th interview he got selected, and today he is a chairman. Yes, because they were daring to go there and stand. Till now, whatever you have done, apne ragad ke, you did not open up your heart, sina cheer ke Ram ko bahar nahi nikala. No, everything happened smoothly only. Ask yourself, was there any do or die situation? No, one bullet is coming, I don't know which bullet is going to hit me. Any such situations? No. Whatever you have achieved, it has come. Hard work was there, I don't say no. Smart work was there, I don't say no. But whatever you have achieved till now, bahut zyada you have not rugged yourself to feel that. So what is there? Let me from now on do something else. So when you are asking him, why do you hesitate? Ask him dil khol ke. When your friend needs to give you 10,000, you can think twice. When he can give, what is that he cannot give, the entire world can give you? Nothing. He can give you 1,000 times more. So your confidence is, what is the size of the vessel that you are carrying? It should not be like a Mr. Bean. He buys a fish and according to the fish he buys a pan. No. Buy the biggest pan. Instead of one fish you can put 10 fishes, 10 companies. So that way the rain will only fill the size of the vessel you hold. God will only fill the size of the confidence vessel you hold. If your size of what you are asking, the confidence of what you are asking is high, if I can do a little service to this people of Calcutta, I was happy. But God, can I do this to the entire India? Yes, your wish is my command, Master. It shall be fulfilled. Fulfilled. What only for India, few of the cities? What if you could extend this to the entire world? And that there was no looking back. Missionary of charity, Mother Teresa's hospitals are there in every corner of the world. You go to any place, there will be one Christian missionary hospital with lot of service orientation also. There's no doubt about it. So because it filled the size of the vessel you are holding. And when you are holding on to some of the vessel with a strong will, with a strong determination, and you hold on to it till the last breath, nothing can stop you from achieving. All these people have achieved whatever they have achieved, and their achievement was not easy. They were tested. You were also tested. Gandhiji's confidence was tested on non-violence, and Mother Teresa's confidence of compassion was tested. That guy spit, few people abused her, and he told, you're misusing people's money, and they dared to stop her. But she was so confident that there was no looking back, and she's given the sainthood honor which is only given to those people who are nearly to God in nature. That was her. Yes, Anna Hazare's confidence was tested when he brought this Jan Lokpal. And when you are tested, you will have to just hold on to that confidence, that's all. You should not give up on the dream. You should not give up on that. Slowly what happens, your confidence and whatever your dream was, it slowly manifests and it becomes a reality. That you will have to do. So whenever we talk about the confidence, where is this confidence? A general word all of us ask. In general, mind of the man is the man. When I say my confidence is, who is a man? A man is not a man himself. Man is what is his mind. So, mind of the man is actually the man. So, powerful mind can bring out a powerful man, not in the physical appearance, by the way you take decisions. When you look at Mother Teresa, you will assume what a simple lady it is. Do you know how many crores of turnovers she was doing then to manage so many hospitals with a smile in our face? हमें 10 crore कोई दे देता है तो we will be tensed. They give 10 crores and they say you spend in a manner which can benefit all of us. No, I cannot. Confidence is shaken. This lady was handling then only 100 crores. So, as you think, so you become, said Buddha. It's a beautiful saying because your mind is that powerful agent there. It is not the body. When your mind is powerful, automatically the body starts reflecting powerful actions. Powerful action is not physical actions I am talking about. So any mind can conceive an idea. If what is the power of a mind? A mind, if it can conceive any idea, a White House is going to witness there won't be any discrimination between black and white. With ahimsa, these Britishers can be chased from anywhere in the world, from South Africa also, from India also. If I can hold on to that idea, believe in it, and to make it a reality, you need to do nothing. The universe will do everything. People ridiculed Mahatma Gandhi, but he did not give up. He went to the next village, he went to the next village, and when few people started following, many of them ridiculed, only few followed. And slowly what happened? Many of them joined, only few ridiculed. And ridicules will be there for lifelong. There is a group which is against Mother Teresa also, talking so many negatives. We will not go into that, but we will look at her confidence way of how she changed the free hospitals all across the world. So how do I understand the mind? Actually what Clement Stone told was, how is your mind now? Let us understand it first. Let us see to create a powerful mind by your confidence. Hold on and go on and build confidence. For that we follow, our mind can become powerful if our subconscious mind can be made powerful. See, our entire mind can be divided into, we call it as 3 stages. One is conscious mind, subconscious mind, and there is something called a superconscious mind. There is one kind of an explanation which actually says, conscious mind is, right now your mind is conscious. You are listening to whatever I am telling. It is conscious. But conscious mind is not smart. It cannot do multitasking. Assuming you are driving. Unconsciously when you were learning to drive, you were totally confused because you had to do multitasking of gear handling, seeing, steering, clutch, hand gestures. Totally confusion, looking at the right side rear mirror, left side rear mirror, center rear mirror. So much of confusion, and you thought it can never get into your head. But what did the coach say? Don't worry, you handle one thing at a time, that's all. Today it is only steering class. Brake and clutch I will take care. You only handle steering. Ah sir, I can. Stop now. Now only handle clutch. Whenever I say you should change the clutch. Whenever he says you will not look in the front, you will look here and change the clutch. And that man will move left and right. Why? We are not used to multitasking. And miraculous tasking cannot happen through conscious mind. Never. So what happens? I consistently keep feeding the intellect into my subconscious mind. This is how this is handled. This is how the gear is shifted. This is how the mirror is seen. This is how this is done. And slowly, when consistently you cross 15 days, every tutor tells the same thing. First 3 days admele, they will say, I don't want to come on the 4th day. Because they know they are not able to multitask. But still I tell them, don't worry, if you want to quit, you quit on 15th day. Still you will be quitting only. Don't worry, I am there sitting next to you. First day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, nothing will happen. On the 7th day, you see, you are able to multitask. Why? Consistently from the conscious mind, it has gone to subconscious mind, and subconscious mind is powerful. He can handle multitasking. In the same manner, in one of the lessons, they talk about a superconscious mind. That means in this 7 by 8th layer, there is this 8th layer, something called a superconscious mind. If some of the things can touch the superconscious mind, miraculous things happen. And let me not get into telling that to scientists, because we will stop there. So what it means is, consistently input through your conscious mind has to go to subconscious mind. Confidence building also should happen the same. How will I build my confidence? By right kind of powerful positive words. I am filled with fear. I go and I tell my dad comes, he switches on the light, he takes me and he shows, look, it is the window which is actually making the noise, which was making yesterday also, today also, because the latch is not put. Now you put the latch, window will not move. And that white one, what you are seeing, because that my son has not opened his eyes only. Now I say, open your eyes, I'll explain you. I am holding you now, why do you worry? Then he opens up and he looks there. Ah, Papa, white, that is my shirt. See, I will bring it, I go, I use a stick, I bring that shirt, I show it to him. Gone. So what happens? Tomorrow, if real ghost comes and if he wakes him up, what will that boy say? Papa, I think that shirt has come down. That's all. Confidence is very high. So, from conscious mind, all these are put into your subconscious mind, and there you will have to build your subconscious mind confidence through conscious mind. If you meet 10 people who are negative and meet 10 people who are positive, definitely your mind will be filled with negatives only, because one negative is enough to spoil the entire thing. That we explain in a beautiful manner by telling, actually the power of a mind is not a power of a conscious mind, it is a power of a subconscious mind. So making your subconscious mind powerful is very important, because only a powerful subconscious mind will have a powerful mind. So for that to happen, subconscious mind need to be fed consistently through the conscious mind positive things only. When you keep on feeding positive things consistently, automatically your confidence is very high. That is how people are built up. Assuming you happen to meet one of the richest person, we will not take it as the present person who got married, but a same rich man. He happens to come with an ordinary dress. All of us are sitting here. I am saying, how much do you think you can pay for the missionaries of charity for Mother Teresa? I think 1 month's salary should be comfortable. That is what I feel. But I don't ask 1 month's salary, 1 week's salary, 10 days salary. Give whatever is your comfortableness. Then what happens? He says 1 lakh. All of you will follow 1 lakh only, because you know it fits him. Now the first person is that Ambani's grandson. He will say 10 crores. Do you think you can match the 10 crores? No. For him, 10 crores is like 1 lakh of yours. Why? Because his subconscious state is programmed like that. He will never think of any investment less than 500 crores. For you, I'm expecting an investment from you, and your mind is saying, I'm expecting an investment from all of you around 5 crores because I'm investing 500 crores. But his mindset thinks, when I can invest 500 crores as a CEO, all of you are directors, at least you can invest 5 crores. But he doesn't know how is your subconscious mind programmed. Your subconscious mind is a vegetarian mind. It doesn't understand non-vegetarian. Or it's a non-vegetarian mind. It doesn't understand vegetarian mind. Consistently somebody will have to pump in saying, Maurya, Chandragupta Maurya, you are made to become an emperor. Initially it did not go. What? You are made to be an emperor. You are made to be an emperor. See, the first kingdom you have conquered. You have started as a king. Your destination is here. Make right kind of choices. BCD. Beginning has happened. Destination is fixed. An emperor is fixed. Right kind of choices when you make, you will reach the destination. So that way, you will have to actually configure your subconscious mind. Simple nature may not be too serious in kinds of science. Conscious mind is like a farmer. He is plowing a small field. Our subconscious mind is a field. Conscious mind is a farmer. So conscious mind say, I will have to see to it right kind of informations are put into subconscious mind. Because conscious mind is a gateway. I learned driving through my conscious mind. I learned eating also through my conscious mind. You ask your parents, when you ate for the first time using the spoon, was the food more in your mouth, got into your stomach, or the food actually lying all over the place? It was all over the place. You did not have clarity of multitasking at all. Today, phone in one hand, laptop in one hand, big boss on the other hand, you can do multitasking. Today, staring in one hand, this in one hand, looking at a girl, staring in one more place, and you are still able to come and break, because your subconscious state can do miraculous things. Sometimes you don't know, you would have started from the office and you would have gone and you would have braked, and you are thinking, why did I brake? And then you look left, your place has come. Ask yourself, what did I do from the entire journey? You don't know. You remember 1 or 2 songs that you heard and you stopped exactly at the place where you were supposed to stop, because it has not happened through your conscious mind. Everything is through your subconscious mind. So if you want to build up confidence, you will have to build up the subconscious state. So the best way is, yes, pranayama works. Okay, meditation works. Through this meditation, if you can consistently feed in, I am a successful man, I shall be successful, this project shall be successful, all my teammates will support and make this project a successful. Or imagining it as a past tense. Affirmation, we say, can it be imagined as past tense, as though it has happened? I thank God for the success of this project. You are putting it in a positive mode as though it has happened. So that way your strength and your conviction is so powerful, you are never telling it's going to happen. You have already told it has happened, and you are thanking with gratitude to the God, to your team members. So that way, in law of affirmation, we talk about all these aspects. So can I imagine? Most of you cannot imagine I will reach that place. Few of you have already thought, I have already reached that place, and you are trying to congratulate yourself on the first project that you executed as a chairman of this company. Look at the confidence of that person who can imagine, at least imagine. If I say, if you imagine you have got 3 crores rupees. Sir, how can I imagine I have got 3 crores of rupees? Do you think it's easy for me to imagine that as though I have got 3 crores of rupees? Genie is saying, Arey yaar, imagine, what is there in imagining? You don't want to imagine, your confidence is broken. I cannot imagine such things, it's stupidity. Then can you think of how a chaiwala could become that, tribal woman could become that? If you think that is also stupidity, this is also stupidity, then you will live in that comfort zone and you will die in that comfort zone. Because thinking beyond your capabilities and dreaming beyond your capabilities is one of the signals of you're a confident man. You go to your beautiful watched girl whom you want to get married, or you see that girl who gives you coffee and you are totally impressed, and the father-in-law says, what is your opinion? How will you take care of my daughter? I hope and I will try to take care of her. Do you think father-in-law will give you or daughter in hand to you? Who will give the project in your hand if you say, I'll try, I hope? Agar Dhoni would have told, मैं try करूँगा, जीतेगा तो जीतेगा, नहीं जीतेगा तो हारेंगे, उतना ही होगा ना? No, then they wouldn't have made him captain. अपन जीत क्या आएगा? What will you say to your beautiful wife's parent? Don't worry, sir. I will take care of her like my kannin reppe in Kannada we say. So your confidence is so high, that confidence has to be expressed. So if you sow wrong seeds, if that panwala person can influence you, entire field will become a weed. If one weed gets into this place, the entire weed will destroy the entire field. And I have lot of examples where people have actually gone into some of the most respectful places and they have gone into depression, and I have handled them because they send me for a small counseling plus training kind of a session. My office is very close to Nimans, one of the best, you can call it as a psychology hospital in the world, one of the top. So there are a lot of doctors who advise a lot of patients who are educated, they are M.Tech graduates, they are gold medal winners, but somehow they get into depression. One failure will shatter them from the core, one friendship will shatter their relationship into their core, and they forget everything else and they only remember that. Stupidity. अगर मैं एक ही जोक 10 बार बोलूंगा तो will you laugh? No. 5th time you would have laughed. 6th time if you say, you will call sir. Sir, this guy is saying the same joke again and again. Can we log off now? Yes. 7th time if I log the room and if I tell the joke, you will take something and you will put it on my head. So when you don't laugh for the same joke when it is told more than 3 times, most of us, why do you actually feel sorrow for the same wrongs? Whatever wrong has happened, thinking about it multiple times, sometimes learn to drop. Most of us do not learn to drop because negative is powerful, it keeps haunting you. To drop negative, you require a lot of courage. It's not easy. Sometimes learn to drop, learn to flush out. You go, you finish your potty and you leave it there, it stings. For 5 minutes you can handle it. You go out, you're not flushed, you come after 1 hour and you think you can handle it. No, it stinks so horribly bad. Even after you flush, the negativity will still exist there. The smell, somewhere or the other, it will still exist in every nook and corner of that place. Sometimes you smell the towel, it will smell the same. You smell the screen, it will smell the same. You will have to bring perfume, you will have to perfume. So anything that stinks cannot be handled. So before it stinks, flush it out. So negativity also, the moment you store it for a longer time, it stinks. It spoils the entire field. Your field will become so spoiled that you will not be able to grow anything. It needs to be recultivated again. Sometimes anything does not happen. Whatever is the masterpiece creation works. You get disturbed, to bring it back to normal, it would be the most difficult task. But all this is a part of mind. So that is where we say, what is that conscious and subconscious mind programming? We say words are the basis of my language, my subconscious programming. Can you consistently keep listening to positive words? If even a director's speech of how this entire project was happened, with all the problems and difficulties that he came across and how he overcome that, even that speech, when you keep listening to it again and again, you are consistently putting most of the positiveness into your mind and telling, he went through so many difficulties and still he hit the bullseye. I am going through difficulties, not so much, quite very minimum. So it builds confidence. Superiority complex you will experience. उसका 10 करोड़ गया, मेरा 2 ही करोड़ गया है. That is confidence, positive or negative. एक लड़का उछल रहा था, नहीं तो उछल रहा था, रो रहा था. अरे यार 3 सब्जेक्ट में फेल हो गया, 3 सब्जेक्ट्स में फेल हो गया. Then he was very curious. ओ रमेश का क्या हुआ? कौन सा रमेश? मेरा नेबर. उसका क्या हुआ? उसका क्या हुआ? मेरा तो 3 सब्जेक्ट गया, मेरा तो 3 सब्जेक्ट गया. मैं क्या करूं? क्या मुंह दिखाऊं मेरे पेरेंट्स को? But look at his confidence now. Then I come to know that that guy has failed in 4 subjects. And I say, आपका जो neighbor है ना, वो 4 subjects में पास हुआ है. And he starts laughing on the top of his voice. And he says, just now you were crying. My mother wants me to perform better than my neighbor, that's all. उसने 4 सब्जेक्ट में फेल हुआ है ना, मैं सिर्फ 3 सब्जेक्ट में फेल हुआ है. Confidence building. On a negative term or a positive term, can you build that confidence? When you keep listening to positiveness again and again, again and again, he failed, he jumped back, he failed, he jumped back, he failed and he jumped back. It builds confidence. I have also failed. I have not gone as deep as he has gone. And you're not starting as a chaiwala or a tribal woman. You're starting as an educated people. Where can you reach? It builds confidence. It is all about the words. The words that you pour in can define what your new entity can be. Either you bring the words manually, or today YouTube is there, lot of positive talks are there. When you keep consistently listening to it, that is where we say a person who listens to Bhagavad Gita, he does miracle. Why? Bhagavad Gita is a summary of all this. I've told you a gist of Bhagavad Gita, that's all. A man who had told, I will not fight, picks up a weapon and he says, I will fight. In Bhagavad Gita, nowhere he says, get up and fly. Get up and fight. He only says, what is karma? He explains what is life, what is purpose. And then he says, Krishna, abhi bhool jao, मैं ready हूँ. And he gets. So, this understanding, we talk about words. So, we say, choice of words ought to be very important to program your subconscious mind with proper positiveness. If you be with negative minded people, you also become negative. If you are with 10 friends who are drunkard and you don't drink, there is a chances that within few months or years, you will become a drunkard. You are a drunkard, you are with a group of 10 people who don't drink, there is definitely 2 possibilities. One is that one drunkard will make all of you a drunkard. That possibility is also there. Because if you allow everything to get inside, you should block. Certain people who convince to tell you it is okay to smoke, you will have to avoid them, block them, because one sentence will influence, second sentence will drill a hole, third sentence will go deeper, fourth will go still more deeper. So you have a choice, you can stop. Leave that satsang and go to a new place. So what is the kind of place you are living with, what is the kind of friends you are living with, that is going to define what kind of future you are going to live. So there we talk about powerful words, drop bad words. Even if you are a positive person, using words like try, hope, problem, I will handle this situation, there is a problem. Don't say it as problem. It is a testing time. God has to give you testing time. Then only when a success comes, I say it is success. So I will try to take care of my wife. I'll try to take care of your daughter. I hope your daughter will live happily with me. If you say, which father-in-law will hand over the project to you? Which president or a prime minister will say the project can go successful in your hand? They will say no try, no hope, no problem, no handle. We will make this project successful. What kind of words you use? Hence the idea of auto-suggestion. We talk about this auto-suggestions, then we will stop. So in order to build confidence, you will have to keep giving auto-suggestions. Early in the morning, how you start your day. If you want to start with lot of positiveness, we call it as a power start. The beginning of the day should start the moment you are able to get up. As soon as the alarm rings, you should feel happy, because there are a lot of them, thousands of them have not gotten up from the bed. Do you know most dangerous place is not the roads? Most dangerous place where more deaths happen is the bed. People who go to sleep in the night will not be able to get up early in the morning. Like that, if you just Google, you will find out there is maximum deaths that happen there. And if you're able to get up, that means God has given you one more day. Your power start has to be like that. Oh God, thank you for giving me one more day. You look left, wife is there. You look right, next rooms there are kids there, and you should feel happy. Oh God, thank you for one more day for me. Thank you for this beautiful family for one more day. Today is the day I'm going to live so efficiently, and I will prove that I've used this today more effectively. That way you will have to pep early in the morning, that power start. That's the reason every time they say, most of the great leaders, when they get up, when they move into a boardroom, they do a self-pep. I'm going to give this presentation like I've never given before, and then they get, I'm going to ball this over just like I've never born, and I am imagining right now I have taken 10 wickets. And it becomes a reality. That is called as power start. Very important that you need a power pray. You need to pray. Because nothing happens without thy will. And I told you, when you are asking for him, you should not have hesitation, and you should not hesitate to ask him. It's give and take relationship. You do a little goodwill, and you are asking for it. Do a little goodwill, you are asking for it. Why will he hesitate? He is ready to give. Power pray, emotional, and most of your prayer should not be give. The best prayers will be expression of gratitude. That's the reason when I know best prayers is expression of gratitude, can I thank God for something which has not happened also, so that अरे यार ये आदमी आपने अभी तक दिया ही नहीं, already thanks बोल रहा है दे दिया है करके. Even you get influenced to give. Sir, I know you are the kind of a person, I just want to say thank you for the helping that you have done. I have still not helped you. I know, sir. Thank you for the help you have done. I know it shall come to me. Togo, we will give. So confirmed you are. So that is what I say, power pray. Let it be filled with gratitude for whatever has happened, and say something which has not happened also as though it has happened. Your wife is always fighting with you. Thank you for such a supportive wife that you are blessed onto me. It's filled with gratitude. So emotionally gratitudinal prayers, it should not be a begging prayers. God give me this, God give me this, God give me this. That should not be the prayers. Prayers should be filled with gratitude. Sometimes when you want something, 10 gratitudes you have expressed, 10 wanting gratitude you can express as though you are thanking for God for something which you have already got. That can be expressed with individuals also. When you are expecting something from your boss, you tell yourself as though you are wishing boss, sir, thank you very much for this promotion. This promotion means a lot to me. Can you write this affirmation in a piece of paper? It will have a lot of effect, because linguistic approach of solving any problem has given more results than visual and auditory kind of an expression. So what we say, your mind, body and soul has to feel what you are asking for, and it should feel the entire thing as though it has come to you. How will I make my mind and body do it? When I write, my mind is thinking of it, my eyes is also watching it, and my entire body is feeling it, and then I write it, it comes and it touches. Can you write this affirmation, positive affirmations daily in a piece of paper? Keep it in one place. It is like writing my own diary and writing my own wish list. If Genie happens to see that wish list, because God may send Santa Claus, go and fulfill all the wish list if you think it is positive. He will think of, ಇವ್ರು ಬರೀ ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು, ಇವ್ರು ಬರೀ ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು, ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು, ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು. ಎನಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಪೀಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್, ಅವ್ರು ಫಸ್ಟು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ. You have hard copies, you have written in a neat paper, which you call it as affirmation paper. You have written in a paper which is called as a vision board. In that vision board, you have written chairman, and you are sitting in the same chair which your director is sitting. Instead of his photo, your photo is there. And the year has changed. Your chairman was 5th chairman, you are the 7th chairman. You have written. Yes, your vision board is there. If God needs to fulfill all our wishes, does he like to fulfill the wishes which has an odd copy in it, or just a person who has told it in his thought process? No thought process. I have written it. Legal document है. भगवान देखो, लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट में लिखा हूँ मुझे चेयरमैन बनना है. लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट में मैं डिस्प्ले किया हूँ, so that the entire world will know what were the 10 commandments. Bhagavad Gita is written and it is documented and a book has been published. So there is no doubt at all. अगर आपको ब्लेस ही करना है तो पहले जो 8 कॉपी लिखा है, कितना कॉपीज लिखा है, ज्यादा कॉपीज लिखा है, आपको दे देंगे. That doesn't mean that काम छोड़ के सिर्फ यही करते रहो. This is also one part of an affirmation which you can always do. Power greet. When you meet people, you will have to greet like powerful. Tomorrow I have one more session. I'll make change in you that good morning, good afternoon, good evening will not come. Because tomorrow they have to told me about, and what is the tomorrow's topic in the afternoon? Entrepreneurship skills. Entrepreneurship skills? Schedule. Okay, they have already told. There, when you come, energy should come. When you go, people should feel something left. When you come and go, if they don't find any difference, that means you're waste. Energy has to be dynamic. So we will look into those aspects tomorrow. It will be more of a physical because it was one way today. Power end. When you are going to bed today, you will have to do introspect. From morning till evening, how did I spend my day? Did I do anything which is going to benefit me? Or have I lived a life out of conviction, trying to shift from comfort zone and experiencing an uncomfort zone? Or I have lived a mediocre life in a comfort zone? Because everybody's age passes and everybody age. Animals in zoo also age, we also age. What is the difference? When we age, there should be a progress. Not progress by age, progress by what you have done, what you have experienced. So if you can put that on a daily basis, power end, you recollect your entire day, wherever, before going to bed, irrespective of which place you are, close your eyes and introspect. I got up exactly after the alarm, I did this power start, I did this power greet, whomsoever I met, I did this power greet, I started with power pray, I pepped myself when I was actually little in difficulty. I have done a mistake, I know my boss is going to scold. But let me go with this preparation that he has rights to scold because I have done a mistake. If he has found I was the person who was responsible for it, he has all the rights to scold me. If I can self-pep myself at least 1000 times before entering his cabin by telling, I know it was genuinely my mistake and I need to be scolded, and if my boss is going to scold me, it is his moral rights to scold and I will have to accept so that the law of karma will get close. So let him scold, I should not feel bad. But I will correct myself. Again I will say, I know my boss is going to scold me because I have done a mistake. This mistake was not supposed to be done. This mistake has troubled the project. So he has all the rights to scold me. I will not mind if he scolds me. So I will accept it generously with a smiling face, because I know, and with a sorry face also. Not arrogant smiling face. And I'll accept. You say 100 times, you get into the cabin and you say, sir, the way you stand there with that attitude of, I really did a mistake, I shouldn't have done, it can automatically exhibit. Sometimes you go there and you stand, it sometimes shows too much of arrogance or too much of helplessness. Both are dangerous. Next time you cannot accept any project, too much of helplessness when you show. You should go with confidence. Yes, एक mistake हुआ है, सबके साथ एक mistake होता है. So that power pep is required when during testing times you will have to say, I know there is a presentation tomorrow, this is my first presentation in front of so many people, let me go well prepared, let me do the best, let me visualize as though they have given me claps after the session because the entire session went so good, flawlessly. Yes, beautiful. And also tell this, there is no way I can convince all of you. In any places, wherever anybody goes, 50% of them will like to the core, 50% may like 50%, 80% they may like 50%, 30% they may like that. You will always have a correction. You cannot question why people like Salman Khan and not Shah Rukh Khan. You cannot, they like them. And people who like all those Khans, why they like even Rajini Khan, you don't know. So everybody's likes and dislikes are different. So never get into a mode of I want to convince everybody. That will not allow you to convince. You simply should go and express yourself. This is my thought process. I'm just putting it across in front of you. Maybe few things were right. If it is acceptable, you can accept. Maybe few things may not look so right, that need not be taken. That way, if I can express onto my subordinates, onto my colleagues, onto my superiors, what which I did is the same. That gesture of his going up and taking permission to meet the CEO again and again, at least going into that CEO's cabin, you're leaving an energy there and telling, one day I'm going to come here and sit on the other side. For that, at least one day you should have gone as though being an other side person. You have never gone, you imagine it will not happen. I've come here to give suggestions. One day I will sit here and listen to the suggestions which I told, and it became a reality. So that passively has to be done. So finally we will end up with this word, power means for a powerful man, he needs a very powerful mind. And for that powerful mind, he needs a very powerful subconscious mind. For the subconscious mind to be powerful, you need to give powerful words through your conscious mind. Any negative comes, you should avoid it then and there itself. Thank you, love you all so much. We will see you again tomorrow, second half. Thank you for